What episode is this?
This is the Built for the East podcast, episode 14.
Ooh.
Yeah. Do you think we're just going to spend... Oh, with Curby. Do you think we're just going to spend all winter doing this?
Probably.
I feel it warming up.
Yeah.
Like we're just going to do this every week and talk about nonsense?
Yeah. This is what I was saying from the very start, is what this is.
I'm going to go from 100 listeners per episode to like 10.
Yeah, if we're lucky. We'll still get 10.
10 are just going to be bots, Russian bots, that are documenting
They're
us.
just spamming.
Yeah, we're specimens.
Fair warning, there's probably going to be about this much talk about cars in this one.
I really only have like one thing written down about your truck. The rest...
Yeah. That's what I mean.
Like this list I made, I'm probably going to frame it.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Let me see it.
Well, the first word is apocalypse.
Oh, boy. Are we going to do word association?
If you want to, maybe. In regards to your trip, I'll say the words. You give me a part of the trip that you can associate with that word.
Death Valley.
Peanut butter and jelly. Did you eat peanut butter and jelly?
No.
You didn't bring peanut butter and jelly?
No.
You were surviving in the desert and you didn't bring peanut butter and jelly?
Yeah, I had dehydrated food and Pop-Tarts that got melted by the sun.
I was going to say, yeah, peanut butter and jelly just turn it to fluid.
Yeah.
Turn it to drinks.
Oh, God.
In Death Valley. Oh, man. All right, well, okay, yeah, let's hit the first thing on my list. Well, Curby just got, well, you didn't just get back. We're bums.
It's been like 2.5 weeks.
Curby drove around the country for fun.
Yeah.
For a week and a half. So, the apocalypse happens. Where in the country would you like to be? And why?
Wyoming.
Okay, why?
There's real fucking cowboys out there. To the point of...
What makes you think they're gonna be pleasant to live with? Wouldn't you rather be in an area where you're the dominant one?
No.
Cowboys will beat us up. We're city people.
Exactly, but they'll also, if I show up with enough booze and guns, they'll probably take a liking enough to me that I'll get to live in the barn at least. I'll be safe.
I get to live in their barn. I'll throw your hay.
Yeah. Like,
I'll milk your cows.
dude, that shit was crazy though, because there's still points out there or places where like there's dudes showing up to like trailheads with horses to go like
just
out.
Going to work.
Yeah, or like going hunting for like a week with their horses and shit. It's fucking crazy out there.
That's so crazy. That's so bizarre.
It was the coolest thing ever. There was one point I was driving through and middle of fucking nowhere. Last car I'd seen had been like an hour and a half ago, and I see a bar pub place thing. I'm like, fucking perfect. I can get food. I go to pull in there, and I get into the parking lot, and I just like look real quick, and it's just like lifted fucking diesels with horse trailers and shit. And like I stop and like I look at myself. I'm wearing like a cutoff band tee and shit, covered in tattoos, Massachusetts license plate, and I was just like, you know what?
Is this a Charlie Daniels song?
Yeah, I was like, you know what? I'm not fucking going in there. I was like, I've seen this movie. This is how I get buried in the desert. I was like, nope, not happening.
One of them has a bumper sticker. It just says hippies with a cross through
it. Oh,
there.
dude. Shit. Oh, that shit was everywhere.
Oh, man, that's crazy. Do all the trucks out there have like big bowl bars on them and like brush guards?
Oh, yeah.
Hitting cows?
Every single one of them, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It looks so bad. But at least out there it's functional.
It does, but like you need it out there.
The tractor trailer trucks have them too. The big aluminum ones on there. That's crazy.
Yeah, pretty much every truck aside from mine had some sort of front bumper on it like that.
What's Wyoming like though? Is it like... It's not like desert, right? It's more woods and things like that, right?
It's a lot of everything.
Plains. Is it like plains, like big flat areas?
Yeah, so like there's the Devil's Tower is like a perfect example of it, because you get there and it's like the hike I did was Red Rocks Trail, Red Bend Trail, something along those lines. I don't fucking know.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, but like you a third of it is like through like plains kind of, and then another third of it is through like this deserty, canyony kind of terrain, and then it's like into the woods. It's like Wyoming has everything in it. It's really fucking weird. I don't know how to describe it. Like there's every part of nature in Wyoming. Like there was sections where you're driving through and it's just like huge fucking plains of hayfields and shit like that. But to the right, it's just like no man's land, deserts, canyons, like shit like that. And then you'll just drive through a huge fucking forest for like 3 hours. It's fucking...
That's so crazy. Why is it so different? Like here we have valleys and stuff where you get different weather on either side of it and stuff. Did they have like... Is there like landmarks out there that would cause different weather to give you different landscapes?
Yeah. The Grand Tetons, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's on like that's at like the bottom west corner, southwest corner.
Must just be in a part of the country where they just get different weather in different parts of the state.
Yeah, it's literally like it's literally just every part of nature is in one state. It's really fucking cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Utah was like that too. Utah was mostly desert, but there was some like plains and foresty areas too.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's way fucking better than here.
And no humidity.
No, dude, that was the best part. It was like 80 degrees and just dry heat. I'm just fucking happy as a clam, like hiking away. I'm like, this is fucking great. I'm looking over, people are like drenched in sweat. I'm like, you fucking nerds. I'm like, I'm from Massachusetts. It was 80 degrees with 80% humidity 4 days ago.
I forget who I was listening to one time because I listened to thousands of podcasts, but someone from here, I think Boston or New York, I think it was a comedian, obviously, moved to like California.
Joe Rogan?
Was it California? No, it wasn't California.
Was it Joe Rogan?
I think it was No, it wasn't California.
Was it Joe Rogan?
No, it was one of his minions, I think. And but they're like, yeah, I came out here and this girl asked me to go hiking, so I was like, yeah, I love hiking. You know, I'm from Massachusetts. And he's like, we started hiking, and then we were hiking. They were still hiking, and I haven't walked up anything yet.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, so where are we hiking? She was like, oh, we're here. He's like, what do you mean? We haven't, all we did was walk down this path.
Yeah.
She goes, yeah, it's a hike.
Yeah.
He goes, I'm not even sweating. All we did was walk down this path. There was like no mountains. Couldn't have been in California. It had to be somewhere else.
Kansas.
Somewhere flatter. Arizona or something. I don't know.
Yeah. But I definitely saw, I was actually thinking about that on my trip. Like all of the hikes I did were marked as like strenuous or like very difficult. And it was like going up Bear Mountain.
Yeah.
Like I was going along and I'm like, I got to the first one I did in the Badlands. It was like, I'm looking at it and it's like 3 miles like loop trail kind of deal. And it was like, expect like hour and a half like travel total. I'm like, all right, that sounds about right. I did it in like 45 minutes or something, and I was just, like, I literally didn't even know I hit the end of the trail.
You're waiting for like the peak to come. You're like, oh, where are we at here?
So like that was a cool hike because like you go through like basically the lower section of a canyon, and then you climb up this ladder that's like kind of bolted to the side of a fucking canyon. It was sick. It's all wobbly and shit and shaky and like rattly.
See, I don't like that because it's like it's a trail in a situation where unskilled people should not be. But then they build that sketchy thing. So then all these tourists think, oh, it's fine. It's totally fine to go on this.
That's why I love the rest of the country, because if you're going to die on a trail, they just let you die. It's not like Massachusetts where they tell you can't.
Yeah, you'll just try to sue the trail. You try to sue the mountain.
Yeah, exactly. Out there, they're just like, it sucks, you died. Fucking should have been smarter.
Oh, man, that's crazy.
But
around here, though, it's like, when you say hike, well, we're going up something.
Yeah.
We're not hiking... Like, even if I'm walking a mile into the woods to go fishing, I'm just like, I have to walk down that path to go fishing. I don't call it hiking.
Yeah.
You know?
I do as just like a general term, because it's easier than saying, you got to walk for 2.5 miles through the woods. I'm like, hey, you just hike that way, and we'll go fishing there.
Yeah, to me, hiking is up.
Oh, yeah.
It's up. That's it. But I guess that's just because we're from here.
Yeah. Yeah, no, like, most of the... like, there was a couple, like, Angel's Landing, that was pretty much straight up the whole time. But even that, like, it was scary. It was definitely the scariest trail I've done so far. Only because it's like, the trail is fucking 4 feet wide, and it's 1,500 feet on either side.
Oh, man.
And there's just dumb people everywhere on it.
See, that's what concerns me. We're going to do Huntington Ravine. It's like that. But right in the beginning of the trail, the people that don't know how to hike immediately go, nope, this is not for me. And they turn around because there's nothing to accommodate you besides fear.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, places those people shouldn't be, and they're setting it up with chains and stairs and the side of a mountain. It's like, oh, man.
Nah, I love it. Because it's just
concerning.
No, fuck it.
Well,
let people die if
you're
that's
right.
how they're gonna die.
Or let people get out there and enjoy. I guess, quote unquote.
It's just more entertainment for people like us that can do it, and then just look back and go, idiots.
So the apocalypse. Whatever. I don't know.
I'm going to Wyoming.
Let's talk about different kinds of apocalypses. Zombie.
Wyoming. There's no one out there.
Nuclear.
Wyoming. There's nothing out there.
Are there mountains and caves you can hide in?
Probably.
Yeah, okay. Nuclear. What other kind? Solar flares. It's like worse than a nuclear one.
Wyoming.
It's true. Okay. Aliens?
No, Nevada.
Yeah, you want to go right to them.
Yeah, I'm trying to hang out.
I'm here for you, man.
Yeah.
I'm a good mechanic.
Yeah.
I got my own tools.
I'm trying to hang out.
They're all Snap-on. You don't have to worry about it.
Lifetime warranty. We're good.
I don't need a tool allowance. I got all my tools.
Yeah, exactly. Aliens, I'm definitely going to Nevada. I'm trying to be at ground zero with them.
Oh, man. So, Area 51, I made sure that you wouldn't tell me about that off the podcast, so tell me.
That was easily the sketchiest thing I've ever experienced.
Why? It was just eerie or what?
Oh, dude, it's so fucking creepy.
So you're like almost getting there where you're like giggling to yourself?
Oh, yeah.
Like, dude, I'm totally going to Area 51.
Oh, yeah. All right, so I'll give you like the whole story.
Start. You're on the GPS and you're getting there.
Yeah.
Start there.
So I just punch in the mailbox.
Yeah, okay.
The mailbox in Nevada.
Yeah, that's a good move.
So I go there first. That was cool. I took a little thing. It's like this big. It's like a 2x1 like square of like granite. I don't know, some sort of rock with an alien face on one side, and then some fucking website on the other, which I still haven't gone to for some reason. So I took that from there. The mailbox was cool. Bunch of stickers and shit. There was a piece of wood on it, so I like signed my name and shit. And then I was like, all right, where the fuck do I go now? I was like, well, I gotta find a gate. I was like, I have to. So I found
What's the road? Oh, you just said a gate or the gate?
a gate. There's a ton of gates.
There's tons of gates, yeah.
So I was on the ET highway, which is, I forget the number of it, but it's called the extraterrestrial highway, and it runs basically through like most of the Nevada desert. So I was on that, and then have you ever seen the movie Paul with the fat British dude and the skinny ginger British dude and the alien? It's funny as shit.
Oh yeah, it's a comedy. Yeah.
So they go to this place in the movie called the Little Alien.
Yeah.
It's real.
Yeah.
I went there.
You did?
Oh, fuck yeah. I got a burger there. It was sick.
That place is real?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
So I pull up. So like I'm driving up to it and I see it because it's like basically a fucking double wide in the middle of the desert with like a couple other ones that looked abandoned behind it, and it's in the town of Rachel, Nevada. So I show up to it.
They obey all the health regulations.
Oh yeah, all of them. First thing I see is like an 80s Chevy creeper van, all blacked out windows, and it's just parked on the side of the road. And like I was like, oh, I'm gonna find a gate first, and then I'm gonna go back here and get lunch. I'm like, I want to see the gate first. So I drive by it, and in doing so, I drive by this fucking van that's parked. The dude's standing outside of his van, talking to a guy in a rascal wheelchair. Keep in mind, there's nothing fucking out here aside from this double wide, like 3 or 4 more that are just like run down as shit.
Yeah, these guys traveled to be there.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure I don't know. Dude, it's it's so hard to explain what that place was. So either way, I'm driving by. The dude that was driving it has on a giant fucking sombrero. Makes sense, you're in the desert. An all black ski mask. And he's got, attached to his 80s creeper van, I'm like, the fuck is hanging off the back of it, dude? There's just a rolled up rug on 10 feet of fucking rope behind his van. I was like, dude.
Did you stop and hang out that? You buy that guy a beer?
Fuck no. So I drove past that shit, and I was like, still looking for a gate. Couldn't figure it out. You can't Google Area 51 gate. I tried. It just doesn't. Nothing happens.
Really?
Yeah, I tried really hard.
Wow.
At least not when you're that close to it. It doesn't work.
There wasn't any. All right, sorry. Continue with your story. Sorry.
So I drive down a little ways. I'm like, fuck it. I'm just gonna turn around and get lunch. So I go back. Dude in the creeper van is now just driving in a circle, dragging the rug behind him.
In front of the place?
Like a little bit behind it, but pretty much in front of it. The dude in the rascal was gone, so I was a little concerned about him, but I was like, whatever. So I go in there, dude, and
The guy's wife is in the rug.
yeah. Dude, first thing I see is right on the door, there's a piece of poster paper that says, like, any and all inquiries about Area 51 raid, please send to this email. Do not ask wait staff, yada, yada. I was like, they're prepared for this I'm like, oh, this is bigger than the internet now.
They must be getting so annoyed with it there.
I can only imagine.
Oh, no.
So I go in, dude, and it's just like, it's everything you would expect. It's fucking the greatest thing ever.
Just stuff all over the walls and everything.
Dude, there's just shit everywhere. There was probably $5,000 in dollar bills from like different places in the world just stuck to the ceiling and shit. There's like all this stuff about fucking every imaginable thing about aliens is somewhere in this building.
That is so cool.
So I sit down at the bar to fucking get food next to this dude that's a local. He wouldn't talk to me for what, like, I was like, hey man, how's it going? He just like looked at me. He's like, eh. I was like, okay. So I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, but can you imagine being a local?
Oh, yeah. So like the waitress comes up to me, dude, and she's like, her skin was like as brown as this chair, like straight desert rat, like
walks to work every day.
Yeah, like 60 years old. So like put my order in or whatever, and then like me and the waitress start talking, and she's like, I was abducted when I was 10 years old, and then again when I was 12. I'm like, fucking tell me everything.
This is what I'm here for, lady.
So like she's just telling me stories and shit, and then like they start to get busy, so she like goes off, does whatever, and I'm sitting there and I can hear this dude behind me, and he's just going on and on. He's like, oh, so we're gonna go to this place to see this view. He was like, and then we're gonna go here and here and here. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? She's like, oh, that's a tour guide. I was like, it's a tour guide of Area 51? She was like, oh yeah. I was like,
yeah, they know all the peaks to go to,
yeah.
So you can see with binoculars and everything.
I was like, there's a tour guide for Area 51. She was like, oh yeah.
Tell me you went.
No, I didn't.
Dude.
I know, I should have, but
what's the worst that happens? You get shot spying on Area 51? I'd be so proud of you.
I was more worried about the tour guide.
That's true. He's probably just taking him out there to kill him. Yeah.
Oh, dude, it was like
that's true.
Creepy mustache, like it was.
Well,
I'm pretty sure he was the dude driving the creeper van.
I feel like if Danny Todd lived out there, he would do that.
If Danny Todd,
not killed people, but he would definitely be oh, I'm gonna be an Area 51 guy.
Yeah.
That's
absolutely.
what I'm gonna do for a living.
100%. That, yeah.
And I'm not just saying that because you mentioned a mustache.
No.
I'm just saying the
personality.
The person.
Because that's it. That's what it was, dude. Like he's sitting there, like I'm sitting there eating my burger and shit, and he's just rattling off like Netflix documentaries I've never fucking heard of. He was like, "Oh yeah, this one is linked to this one, and this is about this." I'm like, this is a real deep rabbit hole. I was like, I don't have enough weed for this shit.
Oh no, that man was probably sober, believe it or not.
Oh yeah. So I finish eating, and I'm like, all right. I buy some shit. I bought a cool ass sticker, which I'm kind of bummed about because it's falling off. Oh, I should have worn my
that
shirt.
Sticker you bought was from there.
Yeah,
and it was paper like that.
Yeah,
that bums me out, man.
Yeah. But I got a really nice shirt too. So I mean,
so they sold nice shirts and bummy stickers.
Yeah,
bastards.
And they also have their own tequila.
That doesn't come with a worm in it. It comes with a green finger in it.
That's what the dude in the creeper van was for.
Yeah. Oh man, dude, that is so cool. So when you left there, did you find a gate?
Yes.
Did you take a picture?
Oh yeah.
You didn't send it to me, did you?
Yes, I did. The pictures I sent you are Area 51 gate.
All I got is the picture of the mailbox. Do you have a picture of the restaurant?
Yeah, it's all on my Instagram.
Oh, you sure?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get back on there because I was following you obviously like crazy.
So.
Well, not obviously, I guess. Anyways.
So I leave there, and so I'm driving down the road, and I just see a random fucking paved road off to the side, and I didn't think anything of it at first, and then I'm going along and I see an RV like coming out of it. I'm like, that's got to be a fucking gate. I'm like, it has to be, because like you can see for fucking ever out there, and I'm like, there's nothing out there. I'm like, it just goes into the mountains. I'm like, that's a fucking gate. So I turn around. I get up to it, sure as shit, there's a sign on there's a stop sign at the end of the road where it joins back into the ET highway, and it just says Cedar Gate with an arrow pointing down. I was like,
that's the main road, right?
Maybe. Cedar. I don't know.
You see, right now I'm sitting here trying to remember what the main road is that goes in there, but whatever, go on.
I don't know. So I drive down there, and it was like, I think it was about 4 miles of fucking nothing. I'm driving along, and about halfway down, I come up on there was a like newer F-250 white, just cruising down the side of the road. It was going like 10 miles an hour.
Oh yeah.
But I didn't think anything of it because it was covered like, well, no, listen. So like the back of it had like a bunch of like bumper stickers and like there was shit in the bed.
Oh, okay.
So, and I'd seen other guys out like scouting for hunting season. Well, I think they were scouting. They probably worked for the government. Mm-hmm. So either way, I'm like, oh, that's probably what this dude's doing. There was also a couple cows, so I was like, oh, maybe he's the fucking rancher. So I keep driving, and all of a sudden, you just fucking come up to it, dude, and there it is. There's a fucking gate with like a guard complex, and there's just signs everywhere, like lethal force authorized, no photos, blah blah blah. So I take a bunch of pictures. Instantly, my phone, like, I had no cell signal, but my GPS was still tracking. GPS cuts out instantly. Complete, like, my phone literally just said no data contact.
Oh,
or
yeah.
no data connection.
You know they got blockers out there.
So, like, for like an hour and a half afterwards, my phone didn't do shit. Couldn't play music, nothing. So I'm like, all right, this is cool. Like, I saw what I wanted to see. So I turn around, and I'm driving out, dude, and the sun hits just right. This truck's got all black windows. Still coming, like, 5 miles an hour. Never stopped, just cruising down the side of the road. Sun hits just right. I could see into the windshield, dude. Dude's sitting in there, fucking full vest, AR-15 in the passenger seat. I was like, I'm fucking out of here, dude. I was doing like 70 down this fucking road. I was like, I'm gone.
I don't need to be here anymore.
Yeah,
See you
like,
guys later.
This.
My bad.
Dude, it was like...
I was just trying to freak myself out.
Yeah, I did it.
Done.
Yeah,
See you later.
That was easily like... I don't know if there's still shit there. I think they all moved it, or it's all underground. But you just know, like, you just pull up to it and you're like, there's something back there. And it's like,
who knows what they're doing now?
Yeah.
I mean, we publicly know that one, they were storing things there that were secret, and two, they were doing science there that was secret.
Yeah.
Who knows what they're doing now?
So, on top of all that.
Probably 10 times worse.
Yeah. So I'm leaving, right? So I'm going, so I'm like, all right, cool. Saw what I wanted to see in Nevada. So I start driving towards Death Valley. Takes 8 hours to get from fucking there to Death Valley because you have to go all the way around Area 51 because you can't drive through it. It's fucking the dumbest shit. It's literally a straight shot through the desert. But no, you have to go all the fucking way around.
It's a 3-hour drive through the desert, but it's an 8.5-hour drive around.
Yeah.
But 8.5 hours isn't bad out in the desert, right? It's just boring.
Yeah, you start to get a little loopy. So
it was daytime?
Yeah.
Yeesh.
It was like, I think it was around, it was like lunchtime. So I'm driving along, and all of a sudden I look over, and there's just 2 fucking white vans, all blacked out windows, just hammering through the desert, like 100 miles an hour, dude, straight towards the highway, like where I was, and I fucking downshifted, and just as fast as that little truck would go, dude, the thing was just me, fucking full tilt. I was like, I'm out, I'm gone, fuck this.
I don't know what they're after or who's after them, but I don't want to be part of this.
Yeah, like, there was me and one other truck on that road, and I was like, I didn't see the other one go down that road. I was like, I'm fucking out, I'm leaving, fuck this.
All the while you don't have any service.
Nothing, no service. I'm alone. I'm like, if they take me, I'm like, I'm fucking gone.
And you were going off the map at that point? The map you had?
Yeah.
The highways and shit?
Yeah. I was just hoping that I took the right turn.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
Did you use the map a lot when you didn't have service?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Because, like, most of the time, like, depending on where I would sleep, I wouldn't have service when I woke up anyways.
Yeah.
So, like, and even then, like, I didn't always know where I was.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
it was kind of just a calculated guess of, like...
Well, that's the thing is, like, we're so used to GPS and stuff. It's like, when you go to bed, the next morning, you need to remember which way you came from, what highway you turned off of to get on that road, and which way you came from to even know where you are on the map.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost like before you go to bed, you should mark on the map where you are and put a little arrow.
Yeah.
Of, like, where you came from.
Yeah, exactly. It was actually really nice because, like, I got good at doing that shit again. Like, now
Really?
I can just fucking go anywhere now.
Oh,
like,
man.
I have complete faith in just leaving.
That's nice. That's gotta be so peaceful. Your phone's not working. All you're doing is looking at the map.
Death Valley was the best. I didn't have service for almost 2 days. Just fucking middle of fucking nowhere. Like, woke up to nothing.
The only problem is I know you and you don't have music saved on your phone. That's a bummer. And
No.
that whole CD thing you told me about.
I had the mixtape.
Yeah.
That mixtape is fire.
Yeah, not for 10 hours. Not for 24. Not for 48 hours in the desert.
You get used to it real quick. If you start skipping through the songs fast enough, it just becomes its own remix. And then, like, you hit enough bumps, dude, you get skips in there and shit. That was something, dude, I forgot about. Like, I was driving cautiously to not skip my CD.
It's 2019. Your CD player skips?
Oh, yeah.
What?
I skipped hard on track 4.
You need to buy a new head unit. That's...
that head unit's mid.
Dude, we were in middle school when our Walkman started having the CD players that read 30 seconds ahead of time so it wouldn't skip.
Oh, no, I'm talking like I hit some fucking bumps. It was like the jump in Pennsylvania.
Oh, come on. Don't say that.
That one wasn't as bad.
Yeah, they don't have bad roads out there. They take care of their stuff.
No. Nevada is basically just driving.
Where's Nevada?
Nevada? It's next to Old Vada. No, Nevada is basically you're driving at a slight incline.
You got a Mitsubishi Nevada?
You're driving at a slight incline for like 10 hours straight.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's just ever so slightly
because the desert's low, and then like California goes back up in elevation, right?
Yeah.
So like when you dip down into like Arizona and stuff, it's just constantly up after that.
Like that was actually my truck was struggling with that.
Really?
It was so hard to maintain.
Yeah, I mean,
speed.
what are you gonna do? You gotta just wind it up and leave it at high RPMs in the desert.
Yeah. So it was either like
in August.
Yeah. So it was either like cruising in 5th gear at like 50 miles an hour, or
that's not bad. Well, when you're traveling that far, that's bad.
Yeah.
You want to be going 90.
It's in 4th gear at like 4,500 RPM doing like 75.
Did you ever push it? Like, were you out in like Montana going 90? No, you just left it at 75 at most.
I think at one point I might have hit like 80 or something for
really
like just passing people.
Oh, I get so impatient, dude.
It's a whole different thing because like I had nowhere to go and nowhere to be.
That's true.
So it didn't I just 75. I was in the middle lane. I just cruised.
That's true. Keep the truck happy. The fuel tank full.
Like what was I in a rush for?
I feel like anything over 80, you start using more fuel than you're supposed to be using.
Yeah.
Like 70 is probably the sweet spot of most vehicles.
Yeah. Just 70, 75 pretty much the whole way across the country.
Actually, my Ranger with 4-banger, about 70 is where it's happy.
Yeah.
And anything over that, it's fine. It can do it, but it's not like sitting there. You're pushing it.
Yeah.
You know, it'll go 90, but it's like your foot's on the pedal.
Yeah, that's how my truck is.
70, you can just kind of float your foot down there. It'll stay at 70.
That is one thing I wish that truck had was cruise control.
Yeah, I mean,
holy shit, does your foot get tired after fucking...
Especially in a standard.
Oh.
It's totally different. You got to really keep it there.
10 hours, dude, it's just...
Yeah, man. I'm sure there's an aftermarket one that's not too bad to install. Yeah, you start messing with your computer and stuff and your electric throttle, that's not good.
I'm not down with
that. That is not good.
That's too much sketchy.
Yeah, your beautiful truck. Just deal with it. Or find a friend to go with you next time.
Nah.
Well, what do you think you're going to do different about the trip next time?
I'll probably plan it a little better.
Or more.
More.
Maybe not better, but more.
Yeah.
You only had plans of stopping at like 2 places.
Yeah, which, I mean...
Which you did. You did.
I hit everywhere I wanted to.
Yeah. You kind of cannonballed at home, which I didn't think you were going to do.
I didn't think I was either.
But you did so much. Yeah.
Yeah, like the first week... So, in the first week, I left Saturday, August 17th. And then... So, by the following... Monday? Or Sunday? I think it was Monday.
No, Friday you were in California.
Friday I was in California.
You were on the beach in Cali on Friday.
No, I wasn't Friday. I think it was Sunday.
Because I had just gotten off the plane and been home a little while. I got home on Thursday. And like the next day you were sending me pictures of you at the beach, I thought.
No.
No, it was a few days later?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Saturday, I think I hit the Badlands on Sunday. It was either Sunday or Monday. So either way, I hit the Badlands, and then Badlands in South Dakota, Devil's Tower, Yellowstone, and then from Yellowstone I went to Utah. Yeah, I went to Utah. I went to Zion.
Did you say the Redwoods? No.
I didn't go to the Redwood National Forest, but I did see redwoods. Because I went to, I'll get to that. So I went to Zion in Utah, and then down to Nevada, and then Death Valley, and then Sequoia, which part of Sequoia National Forest is the redwoods.
Yeah.
So I saw the redwoods there, and then I turned around and drove down to San Diego. So I'm pretty sure it was Monday. And
man, You were so close to where I was.
I know. That's why I was
Bummer.
fucking saying. I drove through Bakersfield and all that shit.
Yeah, we drove through Bakersfield on the way to some of the stuff we were doing.
Yeah,
So
Sequoia is. I think Sequoia was like 45 minutes past Bakersfield, if I remember. Maybe a little bit farther.
Yeah, I don't know.
I lost track of time real quick out there.
So you think you're gonna plan it out better? Would you do any of the things you did already again, or there's just so much out there you probably do everything? You just do different stuff this time around?
I would. The two things I would like. There's a couple things I would like to do again. I'd like to go back to the Devil's Tower just to see it one more time. It's one of those things that like it's just so fucking mind blowing.
Yeah.
Like it's just so massive.
Yeah.
That it's fucking amazing. I'd like to go back to Yellowstone and like actually spend some time there.
Yeah.
Because Yellowstone was kind of like, I don't know. It kind of sucked because within 10 minutes of being there, I was stuck in a traffic jam.
Yeah, it's a wicked touristy thing.
Yeah, well, it's the first national park. And it's also the biggest one in the country.
Yeah.
So it's like I'd like to go
That was
back.
the first national park?
Uh-huh.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Yellowstone was the first like founded national park.
It took us settling to that part of the country before we locked down a national park.
Pretty much, yeah. Well, it was who was it? Roosevelt that started the national park system, I think.
It don't matter.
Either way. But I'd like to go back and spend like a couple days out in Yellowstone.
Rent a cabin out there, out in the boonies.
Nah, camp.
Be sweet.
Actually, fun fact, you can't, in some places you have to do that, or you have to have a camper of some sort. They won't allow tent camping because of bears.
People just get killed?
Yeah.
That's
Which
so
I was
cool.
like, I saw that, I was like, that's so fucking awesome.
That is cool.
That made me so happy.
Well, it's like signs that says just no tent camping.
Yeah.
You'll die.
Yeah. It's there's big signs, it's like hard-sided camping only.
Oh my god. That's so cool.
Yeah.
I wonder if a truck bed cap is considered hard-sided camping.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Dude, a grizzly would just like poke that window and open it.
Yeah.
A grizzly would probably just grab your cap and pull it off.
Well, the thing I learned is if it's too much effort, they'll just give up. So as long as because that's like why bear boxes are such a thing. They know it's just too much effort.
Dude, some of the bear boxes I've seen are like, I'm not even getting in that without serious tools.
So after the Devil's Tower, I found a campground in where was I? I don't know, it was some state campground in Wyoming. So I get a tent or I get a campsite and shit. I'm hanging out, cook dinner, and I'm like, fuck, I gotta clean out my truck already. It's full of shit. So I clean everything out, and it's like 9 o'clock at night. I'm like fucking half sleep deprived still, no idea what's going on, dude. So the dumpster, it's a bear dumpster, obviously. It's like pitch black out, dude. I'm sitting there with my headlamp on. I'm just fucking fighting with this thing. I'm like throwing like metal poles, like 1-inch metal poles off of shit, trying to open it up to throw out my trash, dude. Smash it. I'm kicking it. I'm like, what the fuck? Finally, I get everything in there. Next morning, I wake up, eat breakfast, go to throw it out, dude. There's just one latch on the top. You just pop it open, throw it in real quick. I was like, Jesus Christ.
That's funny.
But yeah, there's a bunch of there's definitely shit I didn't do that I want to go back and do. I think the next one it's gonna be less road trippy kind of and more like focused,
destination based.
Yeah. Like I'd like to just cannonball out to like Wyoming, like as fast as I can basically, and then just spend as much time in the parks in like Wyoming, Utah, Colorado, Arizona, all that kind of shit.
It kind of bummed me out because by the time you got to California, it kind of seemed like you were just like pushing just to get to California.
No.
And then by the time you got there, you were like, whoop, let's go.
No, it was kind of like by the time, like after I'd camped out, I was like, I did everything I wanted to on this trip. Like,
yeah, like California, it's either you decide to go into the city,
which I didn't want to do.
There's 3 things. So you go into the city, you could go down to the Mexican border, that area. You could do that.
See the Mexican border.
Or you could go North Cali,
yeah,
which would be cool. But it's like all those are super, super time consuming. So just like you just said, going to Wyoming and staying there, Cali's the same way. You should probably just go straight to Cali. Then you could just start at the top of Cali, work your way down. That'll be your whole trip.
Yeah.
Like going across the country, then doing all of that is just too much, probably.
Like from Sequoia to. I drove from Sequoia to Santa Clarita, and I think that was like 7 hours or 8 hours. And I slept there and woke up, and it was still another like 4 hours to San Diego.
It's so fun. It puts things in perspective. So funny. Like I really want to drive my Jeep to Mount Washington when we go. It's only 4.5 hours.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not a big deal.
Like, to me, hearing like 4.5 hours, I'm like, all right. I'm like, cool, let's go.
You start at 5, and you're there by breakfast time.
Yeah. Like,
okay.
That's nothing to me. After punching in like a destination on my GPS and seeing like 14 hours of just pure driving, and it's like, that's the option. Like, there's no other way to do it.
It gives you more faith. I think as being mechanics, dude, we have like this.
I have such little faith in vehicles.
Yeah, even brand new ones.
Yeah.
So the worst thing with me and you is we've seen the worst of brand new vehicles. Brand new vehicles just die for no reason.
Yeah.
It's
completely like an ECM will just fry because you fucking turn the car on.
So, and then we hop in our 10-year-old trucks and we're like, oh man, I know it's all working great now, but
yeah. That was kind of like one of the things I just forced myself to just put out of my head. I was like, if it breaks down, I was like, it breaks down.
Just fix it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's like if our trip that we're going to Mount Washington, if I wasn't so concentrated on getting on that mountain and having fun, I would definitely drive the Jeep.
Yeah.
But I don't want anything between me and getting to that mountain.
Yeah.
I want to hop in the nice, dependable Toyota and just buzz up there and get to the mountain.
Yeah, exactly.
Then that's it. But yeah, it's crazy like how much driving there is out there and how congested it is here.
Oh, yeah. Because it's like in between. So I took the scenic. Dude, it was the coolest. That's what sold me on Wyoming. Was going in between Devil's Tower and Yellowstone. I went through. I think it was Highway 43, maybe. I don't know. But it took me through Bighorn National Forest. It was the most fucking mind-blowing shit I've ever seen. Like 7 hours. It was 7 hours in between the two places. And probably 3/4 of it was through this national forest. What? Oh.
Bring the mic closer.
Is that better?
That's kind of better. Because
better?
I set it up for you to talk in the side, so it's like.
Like that?
Yeah, that's kind of how I had it. Because I assumed we were having another guest, so I thought we'd be doing a triangle here.
How'd that go?
Yeah, great. So. I'm
good. I know. I can't.
You blew my eardrum. Cough to the side.
There's something stuck in my throat.
So obviously the next one will be more destination based.
Yes.
And you'll just enjoy yourself a little more. I mean, you enjoyed yourself, but you enjoyed your trip across. This time you'll be able to enjoy the area more.
Yeah. Like there was
in theory. That's what you'll do.
Like a perfect example was as soon as I hit like everywhere else I'd been like up to Zion, it was kind of like a hang out for the day, like hike around, check shit out, and then hop in my truck and leave. As soon as I saw Zion, I got a hotel room. The second I saw that place.
Yeah, that's what Natalia was telling me. She said she was texting you and said that you loved it, and you were like, no, I'm getting a hotel.
Yeah, like I got to the national park, I went in, talked to the park rangers and shit, and then so I parked, and then I just looked around and I was like, I'm getting a hotel.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm hanging out here all fucking day tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I woke up at 5, started hiking at like 6, and I got back to the hotel at like 4:30 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Wow.
Like,
did you do the hotel for 2 nights?
Yeah.
Nice.
Dude, first thing, as soon as I got my room, I didn't even bring any of my shit in with me. I just walked in, got in the shower.
Oh, yeah.
Used an entire bar of soap. I was like,
just stay in the shower.
Felt so good.
And then air dry.
That was the first thing when I found the campground in Wyoming. That was the first time I'd showered on the trip. So it's like 7 o'clock in the afternoon, like middle of fucking nowhere, Wyoming. I pull up and the lady's like, oh, hey, how's it going? We're like talking for a second. I was like, do you have any open sites? She was like, yeah. I was like, cool. I was like, do you have a shower? She was like, yeah, it's coin operated. I was like, fuck yes. She was like, oh, some people don't like it. I was like, I don't care if you had a hose right now.
Yeah. Does agua come out
of
it?
Yeah, I was like, I just want running water that I could stand in front of.
I don't care if it's a stream. At a slight incline.
Yeah, like, just give me anything.
Oh, man, that's funny. What about food? Like, Mainly, what did you live off while traveling?
Dehydrated camping food, which is really good. Like the I forget what they're called. They're the blue and orange ones. You see them at like Sam's and EMS and Dick's and shit. Those Pop-Tarts, Doritos, peanuts, Cliff Bars, Gatorade, and water, and a lot of Red Bull.
Carbs and caffeine. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So road trip food.
Yeah.
That's good. Would you change it at all, or you thought it was sufficient?
No, that was good. Like I'm still eating snacks from it.
Oh God.
It's just the Cliff Bars. Oh, and some Pop-Tarts. I still have
man.
some. Well, I bought like 50-something Pop-Tarts.
I screwed up the first time I went up Mount Washington. I screwed up big. No, it wasn't the first time. It was when we camped up there. So it was the third time I went up there, I think. When we were camping up there, so like food was important. We slept up there.
Yeah.
In 2 feet of snow and whatever degrees it was. Was it
Cold.
was it negative?
No.
No, it was like 0.
It was cold, but it wasn't negative.
I think it was like 10 or 0 or something like that. Whatever.
It was fucking beautiful.
It was rough.
Was it?
Well, it was beautiful. But
There was 30 dudes in
Yeah.
a lean-to.
but the food that you had packed was important.
Yeah.
So my fat self, I had the dehydrated thing where you just pour boiled water in the bag.
Yeah.
I thought it would be a good idea to throw a Nature's Valley bar in there.
Ew.
Dude, that combined with whatever it is that I had, I think it was like chicken noodle soup. It's something about it was so bad that even on that mountain in 2 feet of snow,
Why would you do it? I feel like I remember you doing
I threw it
that.
out. I threw it out. I just went hungry. I threw it out. I couldn't
Yeah.
eat it. I couldn't eat it.
No, see, the key with those things, you just gotta trust. Just
You
don't.
just gotta trust it.
Don't get the chili mac ones though.
Don't be fat.
Yeah.
And just trust it.
Yeah.
I think it was because I was so cold. I was like, oh, I'm gonna eat this big, hot,
Yeah.
boiled fucking meal. And I was just like, oh, I'm gonna make it thicker with
Yeah.
this. No, big mistake.
The thing I learned was they have 2 different styles. They have like the single serving and they have the 2 serving.
Yeah.
2 serve for like dudes our size. 2 serving is fucking perfect. Like if you don't eat like really all day, or like you're doing like you're hiking and shit all day.
Yeah.
You eat that, dude. It's fucking perfect. It's so good.
Yeah.
So good.
They make the breakfast ones too with like eggs and ham and sausage.
Dude, I had what was it? Scrambled eggs with hash and bacon.
Dude, it doesn't make sense. You put the water in there, you shake it up, let it sit, and you open it, and it's like, it literally looks like you just cooked eggs.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Dude, so I had that.
Science.
I had that sitting
Cancer.
sitting in basically sitting in a canyon of Wyoming at like 6 a.m, like watching the sunrise come up over these fucking mountaintops and shit.
Wow.
And then I followed it up with Pop-Tarts and Emergency, and it was the greatest thing ever.
When we go up Mount Washington, you're bringing that little torpedo cooker thing you have
jet fuel
for the
Or
water.
jet oil?
Yeah, because, oh man, I got this perfect spot to eat food. It's so good. You're gonna love it.
Remind me to get the cup for it, or to look for it, and if not, buy a new one.
The cup for it?
Yeah, because they make like a little like cup boiler thing for it for the water. And I can't find mine.
Specifically for, I thought we just use like metal mugs with water in
You
them.
can, but I'm trying to ball out.
Does it have like a cover?
Some of them do.
Because honestly, on the mountain, dude, if you could have something with a cover, that'd be ideal with those winds.
You don't need it for that. The jet boil will run no matter what.
No, I know it'll run, but with the boiling water, you don't want it in an open mug with the weather they have up there. It just blows all over the place.
Oh,
Sucks.
I get what you mean. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so you could have something with a cover. That'd be nice.
That's what the good ones have it. See, I like to spend money on shit like that, so that way when
I have a
see,
feeling
like,
me and you are going to take our credit cards for a little walk down to Sam's next week.
probably. See, I like to ball out on things like that. So when I see like the
Yeah.
EMS North Face nerds that think they're cool and they don't have shit like that, and they're just eating dry ass fucking granola bars, whip that out and just
Would you consider, now that you did it, would you consider, if you, say you came across a $500 one, compared to your beautiful new truck cap, would you put a truck bed camper in just for that trip? One that had a bathroom in it? Nice light one.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is crank it up. You got a bathroom in there, a bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it was, like...
The truck bed camper was nice,
See...
but that was only for traveling. When you stopped, you were in the tent and the hammock.
Yeah.
Did you do the hammock at all, or just tent?
No.
You just went tent?
10.
That's fine.
There wasn't that many good hammock spots, and most of the places where I was, it was, like, kind of sketchy as to whether or not a grizzly bear was going to come out and
Yeah.
fucking maul you.
Yeah, dude, I would have just been in that cap the whole time, probably.
No. I mean, it was more truck camping than anything.
Yeah. I mean, in the
because of like the
desert, you
amount.
don't have to worry about the bears, but
No, there's fucking other shit.
you got jungle cats, coyotes,
aliens.
I'm trying to hang out.
Well, I am, but like,
I sleep naked. All right.
yeah. Like, let me get through the night. Fuck, I need a break. Like, the hard part with like camping out is like a lot of the times you would show up to like a state campground or something, and it would be fucking like they'd either be booked out because most of them are around national parks, and national parks, dude, camping in them like 6 months to a year, you need to reserve a spot.
That's so crazy.
Which is disgusting.
Well, not really, because you think about it, you're sitting here right now, you just got done, and you're already ready to go back.
Yeah, this is true.
You're probably planning it every day.
Oh yeah, I've been planning it since I came back. But I forget where we were going with that. I forget what we were even talking about.
We were talking about... I don't know what we were talking about.
I completely lost
Truck bed camper.
Oh yeah,
and the convenience of that.
I would definitely do it that way.
I feel like that would enable you if you got back to camp after hiking a whole day and you came back to that and like you just set up a little fire, you get this little house. You'd be like, nah, I don't have to go anywhere tomorrow. I'll just hike somewhere else.
Yeah. See that? I would like that for the next time around, like where I plan on like staying in places longer. That would be ideal.
Yeah, you start looking now because they pop up once in a while.
Yeah.
These cheap $500 ones, they need a little work. Yeah. They're older.
Because like then you can like you could set up a little like base camp and shit. Where it's like mine, like my set, like it worked. It was fucking mint. Like for what I wanted to do, it was perfect.
But set it up with some big deep cycle batteries so you can run fans in there at night. Oh yeah.
It actually there wasn't.
You texted me, dude, and you were like, dude, it is so hot.
Yeah, there was one night it was fucking brutal in there. I think that was towards the beginning. But then like once it was weird. The farther out west I got, the better it got at night for sleeping.
It's probably the humidity. You drove away from the humidity.
Because I think that's what it was. Because I think it was the first night. Yeah. It was just fucking brutal.
Because the first night you were only in
Ohio.
Yeah, Ohio. That's still here. It's still out east.
Yeah, Ohio or Illinois. Yeah, because
Ohio isn't Ohio only 8 hours away? Am I dumb? I might be dumb.
I don't know. I did go to Niagara Falls the first day though. I keep forgetting about that because it was like such an insignificant part of that trip.
That's because you were trying to get away from the Northeast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Niagara Falls, we can do that now, this weekend.
Niagara Falls was cool for about 10 minutes. Actually, I really like that story because it set the trip off perfectly. So, day one, I left here at like 7:30 in the morning, something like that. And I'm driving, and then all of a sudden, I completely forgot about Niagara Falls. Like, didn't even cross my mind, because whatever.
You were just beelining it to not Northeast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I see the signs for Niagara Falls, and I was like, gotta do it. I was like, might as well. So I go up there, and I'm trying to find somewhere to park, because like all the parking around it was like sold out, or like whatever, full, whatever.
Reserved.
Yeah. So I'm just going around in circles, and finally, I just see this dude with a fucking high-vis vest next to like a half-built fucking thing, like pretty much in the hood. And I was like, all right, I like this. So it's just got a big sign that just says parking $20 down an alley. And I was like, perfect. So I pull up, and he was like this Russian dude, like Middle Eastern, Russian-y, like weird kind of sketchy shit.
Gonna part out your truck, put it on a shipping container.
Yeah, and he's like, okay, friend. He was like, just reverse down alley and park as tight to the gate as you can. I was like,
oh no.
I was like, all right, man.
Let me just reverse my new cap.
Yeah.
I can't use the rearview mirror.
Yeah, so I fucking park it and shit, and I like walk up. I'm like, hey, man. I'm like, I'm just going to check this shit out like real quick. I was like, I'm going to be able to get out, right? And he was like, oh, yeah, I promise. I was like, I better be able to get the fuck out of here. I was like, otherwise, it's going to be your problem. I was like, I'm not getting stuck in Niagara Falls, New York for an entire day. So I go check it out, and I come back, dude, and like right before I leave, I turn around, dude, and there's just like 3 hood rats right behind the fence, standing behind my truck. I was just like, oh, Jesus fucking Christ. So I lock everything up, go check it out. That was cool. I walk back. Luckily enough, I fucking zipped right out of there. So I get to I get back up to the dude. I'm like, hey, man, I'm like, I'm trying to go west. Where's the highway? And he just goes, highway? I was like, yeah, highway, like interstate. I was like, west. And he goes, left. Like this big like smile, like no idea what the fuck I'm talking about. So I'm like, okay, man, sure. Don't believe him at all. So I go right. Plug it into my phone. I'm like, whatever destination. It was like the Badlands or some shit. And my GPS is like, oh, go right, go left, blah, blah, blah. So I'm following along. Next thing I know, I look up. I'm at the fucking border crossing into Canada. I'm like, oh, shit.
Oh, it tried cutting you through?
Yep.
Instead of going around?
Yep.
Oh,
so
no.
I'm like, fuck. I'm like, I don't have my fucking passport.
Oh,
so
man. I'm surprised Google didn't give you this. You were using Google Maps?
Yeah.
It didn't give you some big notification?
That's what I figured.
Like border crossing?
Yeah, or like option, like, do you want to go through Canada?
Yeah.
No, none of that shit. So for about 45 minutes, I'm in Niagara, New York, just trying to fucking find a way out of there, not going through Canada, because I'm just lost in the maze of this fucking city, driving around. Sure enough, had I gone left, the highway was right fucking there. Because I drove back by him and took a right, and it, right on the fucking highway going west.
Oh, yeah.
But that was day one. Like, parked my truck in a sketchy alley next to a half-built fucking hotel thing with this Middle Eastern Russian guy. Complete faith. Like, day one, I was like, oh, this is how it's starting.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. Like, how else am I going to go?
That's sweet. Dude, so... Oh, man, let's talk about the condition of the cars out there.
Oh.
Out past the moisture.
It's
Isn't it amazing? What was the craziest car that you saw driving on the road that was like mind blowing?
Oh, I saw a donked out Cutlass.
That's cool. What?
Yeah.
That's a Florida thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it was in like Illinois. It was a redneck donked out Cutlass.
That's weird.
It was on like 22s, but it had like mud terrains and shit.
Oh.
And like this like shitty purple paint job with like this hood rich kid driving it. It was sick. I was all about it. I have a picture of it actually.
That is interesting.
Yeah. But I didn't.
I feel like that's from like the movie Malibu's Most Wanted.
Oh, dude, 100, like straight up, that's what it was.
Like that's the kid that drives it.
I really didn't see all that much crazy cars driving. I did drive. Dude, I got to drive some by some of like the old junkyards and shit out west, where it's just like pristine, fucking patinaed out like 50s and 60s fucking cars and shit.
Dude, I saw Chevy Corsicas. That was the craziest thing for me. I saw a Chevy Corsicas ever. I'm like, I haven't seen one of these in 10 years.
Yeah. Actually, I did see, I think it was 5 or 6, like, Model A, Model T era, like 5 or 6 of those going up to Mount Rushmore.
Just driving.
Yeah, that was really fucking cool and really impressive, because going up Mount Rushmore is straight fucking up for like an hour.
Yeah, those were more like tractors, though. They were just gearing.
Yeah, I know, but it's just like, dude, like, my truck was struggling. I was like, I can only imagine those things just...
That's true. It's probably all those little guys do. They probably just get coffee and haul those things around.
It was so fucking cool.
I was just, dude, it was so mind-blowing. I was so distracted the whole time I was in California with the condition of vehicles.
Yeah.
The only thing wrong with them is the sun burnt the roofs.
Yeah, they're all sun faded, but other than that, they're all perfect.
You could just buy a car hauler full of cars out there, bring it back here, paint them.
Not even, just strip them and clear coat them.
Oh my god, it's amazing.
Like, I saw I know I sent you the picture of my truck in that, it was like an 80s Toyota camper in Yellowstone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing, it was from Utah. It was completely fucking perfect.
Just perfect.
Yeah, not a spot of rust on it.
Original brake lines.
Oh yeah, had a bumper sticker
original
that said
ball
"Be
joints.
Easy."
Yeah.
It made me really happy.
It's so crazy. I was talking to Dylan about this. You know, he's a big Euro guy. And I guess this came up because I just saw a bunch of Volkswagen vans out there just driving around.
Yeah.
Just not rotted out.
Yeah.
And
I
driving.
saw fucking hundreds of them.
Just driving
I saw
around.
a sick Baja Bug.
But not only the round, beautiful 60s ones, but then the shitty, square 80s ones.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see those around here at all. They're all gone.
Yeah.
They're all rotted
rusted
away.
out.
Out there, they're just everywhere. Daily drivers still.
Yeah.
Everywhere. Dudes in suits driving them. I couldn't believe it.
I was actually...
And I was talking to him about it, and I kind of like dropped it to him as a joke. Like, 'cause, you know, I think I texted you while I was out there. I'm like, dude, let's just buy... I'm about to buy a...
I was encouraging you to do it, because I wanted a friend at that point.
I'm about to buy a Toyota and just drive it home. And I was talking to him about it. He's like, you really could fly out there, take a gamble, buy something sight unseen, both of you.
Yeah.
And then drive back, and by the time you sell those vehicles here, your trip will be paid for, and you'll make up for the money you lost taking 2 weeks off.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, that sounds so fun.
Like,
We should do that.
okay. It's so, like, that was one thing I realized was, like, it's so fucking easy to get out west now.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, for some reason, it was always, like, in my mind, there was, like, this mythical fucking, like, torture that I was going to have to go through to achieve it.
It's because we never leave where we are.
Yeah.
We live in this little hole and we stay here. It's like, it's so easy to go to a different place.
Yeah. And it's like, now that I've done it, it's like, if you texted me tomorrow morning, it's like, hey, man, I just bought a truck out in Cali, I'd be like, all right, let's fucking go right now.
The
like,
problem is
easy.
That there's so much here that you don't have to drive more than 20 minutes in your entire life. You can literally stay within 20 minutes of where you live here.
Yeah, but
Your entire life. You don't need to. But that's the problem is you get
Exactly.
you get in this habit and you get used to it, and then you just don't even think to like just go do something far away.
Yeah.
And before you know it, you're almost 30, and it's a big deal to go so far away. But it's not.
Yeah.
It's just not. Like, if I'm gonna make $3,000 on this truck when it gets here, if it costs $1,000 to drive out there, $1,000 to drive back, I'm gonna have $1,000 left over after I sell it, which makes up for the week I took off.
Yeah.
So it is a paid week off.
Yeah.
And I get to go to Cali and drive a rust-free vehicle back and sell it karma-free. When you sell something here, you wait for 30 days for it to come back with a broken brake line.
Yeah. Or on a fucking flatbed.
Yeah.
Fucking whatever.
Yeah, some wire chafed or rotted out or corroded. The terminals are corroded. Yeah, exactly.
No, dude, the car's out there.
So if two of us do it, maybe we can buy, this is what we'll do. We'll buy a 3/4 ton truck. Let's buy a Tundra, a car trailer, and buy a rare Volkswagen and tow it back.
All right, I'm in.
Yeah. We could make a 10 G's on that one.
That would be. I already know like 4 people that'll buy it.
Nah, probably just buy some rust-free diesel pickup trucks. Unfortunately, it's probably the best moneymaker.
Nah, I'm gonna stick with the Volkswagens and the Toyotas.
Yeah, true. At least those are fun to drive. I don't want to drive a fucking diesel.
Plus, anyone that's gonna buy a diesel, I don't want to talk to. So.
That's true. I'll sell to Volkswagen people. They'll just buy it. There's no rust on it. They'll just buy it. They won't even ask questions.
Yeah, they'll just be like, "Oh, where? Here's 5 Gs."
Oh no, Civics.
Ooh.
Just rust-free Civic shells. Hey.
Imagine bringing back like 4 rust-free CRXs.
Oh my god, dude, that's another thing. CRX is driving around
everywhere
out there. Unbelievable. I was telling people, I'm like, I told this dude at the gas station, I'm like, dude, you don't understand. You take that to where I live, you're gonna get $8,000 for that thing.
Yeah.
He's like, man, no way. I bought this off my grandma for $300. I'm like, dude, you have no idea.
Those are fucking gold up here for whatever
Spend
reason.
$50 in fuel, drive it all the way across the country.
$50 in fuel, $50 in oil.
Sell it where sell it where I live, fly home, and you'll have, an extra $4,000 in your pocket. Yeah. Crazy out there. The things I was seeing was another thing too is
and the side-by-sides, dude. That blew my mind.
Driving on the road?
Yeah, I got passed by some, dude. They fucking rip.
Legally driving on the road with DOT tires on them and directionals.
Oh, no, dude. I was out in, I was in some, real small towns, and it was, they had plates on them, but it was still, full, mud tires, everything.
Yeah, well, I mean, John, Simonic, they're full-on ATV tires, but they're DOT approved because up in New Hampshire, you have to have them to drive on the street. Yeah, they're DOT approved.
Oh, all right.
But it's just fine because they just have more plies in the sidewalls pretty much. They're not bias ply, which makes it safer for slamming rocks at 60 miles an hour anyways. So it's fine. It's just not as ideal for rock climbing, but you don't do that in a side-by-side anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I was thinking about that for next year. I'm like, man, maybe we can plan it out so we can buy 2 valuable vehicles out there.
That would be sick.
And drive them back.
I would do it. I'll do it in a heartbeat.
It'll be like roadkill, except we'll have 2 vehicles. Yeah. So if one dies, we can drive the other one to go get parts.
Until that one dies.
Yeah, vice versa.
Yeah.
And just make it home eventually.
And then we'll just longboard home from Cali.
Yeah. Oh, definitely bring the longboards. That's for sure.
That's one thing I wish I brought that I didn't.
I told you to bring it.
I know. I had every intention to, and then it was I packed the night before I left or 2 nights before I left and just completely forgot about it.
Oh, man. Longboard is key. That's more important than a bike.
The only reason I wanted it was in case I ran out of gas, which I never did.
That's impressive.
I also never had, at no point did I have any spare anything. I didn't even have a single drop of gas extra.
You mean to tell me you made it across this country and back without Max Tracks?
Oh, yeah.
How did you do it?
It's fucking mind-blowing, right?
No rooftop tent?
No rooftop tent, no Max Tracks.
Wow. No shovel?
No shovel.
No military folding shovel?
No military shovel.
No jerry cans?
No jerry cans. Wow. No fucking solar panels.
No ARB compressor?
No ARB compressor. No lockers.
No solar panels.
No solar panels.
I don't know how you charge your phone.
It's fucking mind-blowing. It's like you can just
that.
It's like you can just get in your vehicle and drive with like semi-decent, very small upgrades and be fine as long as you're smart.
No outdoor propane shower?
No outdoor propane shower, although I would have fucked with that at some point. There was definitely one point where I was like driving and Googling like outdoor like truck-mounted shower setups because I was like, dude, I just want to shower.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
That bad, huh?
Oh, dude. There was
That's cool.
There, like, by like day 4, after you've hiked for like 4 days in a row and you still haven't showered, and you're in 100-degree heat all day, every day, it just gets to a point.
You just need to get a layer off.
Yeah. Like, I was sitting in my truck at one point. I think I might have been in Cali by this point, and I was just sitting there, like, at a stop sign or something. I was like, I fucking smell. I was like, I smell so fucking bad.
I smell to me.
Yeah. I'm like sitting there with fucking baby wipes. I'm like, this feels so good. Like trying to take a shower in my truck at a stop sign and shit.
That's bad. Remember at Roush Creek, I brought that 10-gallon jug of water?
Yep.
And I hung it in a tree and drilled holes and then showered under it.
I wish I had done that.
That was nice.
I should have.
And while we were wheeling, I let the jug sit in the sun so it was hot water. That was nice. That was very nice.
Very valuable lesson for driving cross country. Baby wipes. Key to everything.
Did you bring them?
Oh, I bought some.
Oh, nice.
Bought 2 different kinds. Cottonelle and Dude wipes.
Just in case you had a reaction?
Yeah. I was covering all my bases.
Didn't want to have a reaction out in the desert somewhere. That's awesome.
Because it's like that. Those are just enough where like you wake up and like you just feel disgusting. It's like you use a couple of those real quick. You're like, all right, yeah, I feel good now. I feel like I can go to McDonald's and not be the most disgusting person in there.
Did you? I don't know. I forgot what I was gonna say. What did you? For example, what I learned about when I went across the country was the money that we have here in the economy, how it's so tight and you can just do anything you want here and make money and there's jobs everywhere.
Yeah.
And out there it's so separate. Like if you want to do this, you got to go over here. If you want to do this for a living, you got to go over here. And this is where everybody lives and everybody works away from here. It's like here it's just everything.
Yeah, everything's
5 fucking minutes.
Yeah.
You know, even if you're in the woods, 10 minutes is, not the woods.
Yeah.
That's what I realized. What did you realize about the country, different parts of the country, that you didn't realize before?
How fucking relevant, how do I word this? Like, you'd be driving along, I'd be driving along. I keep going back to Wyoming because, I don't know, that was probably one of my favorite parts of the trip. But, I'd be driving through Wyoming, and you would come up on a town of a population, they have, this, town name, elevation, and then population. It'd be, population, 85.
What?
Oh, yeah. I drove through a town with a population of 2.
I'm related to 85 people in this town.
Exactly. But this whole town, there was 85 people in it.
Wow.
And it was
if you think about it, that's only 4 families.
Yeah.
4 families with 2 generations.
Yeah. And it's and there's just fucking nothing. It's there's houses and
they're they don't work there.
Sometimes there was a gas station. Sometimes there was a convenience store.
That's such
or a bar. But
there's such a different way of living. That's so crazy.
Yeah, but other than that, dude, it was just nothing. There was nothing out there besides just these families that are living out there. And then an hour and a half away was the next closest town where it's you start getting your Big Ys and fucking Firestones and shit like that.
I wonder if places like that, I wonder what the cost of living is in a place like that. So here versus New York City.
Yeah.
It's double to live in New York City. Yeah. So I wonder if living there I wonder if like just at the head of a household, like I wonder if a household can live off of 30 grand a year there.
I would
probably right.
I would be willing. So I can like I don't have like obviously I don't know a lot, but like so cigarettes out here are $12 a pack. Red Bull is
$3,
$3-4, some shit like that, and like a honey bun's like I don't know $3-4. In Wyoming, I bought a pack of cigarettes, a 12-ounce Red Bull, and a honey bun for $9.
Oh my god!
Total. The lady rang it all up, and I was just like, "Did you forget something?" I was like, "Did you not like ring up the cigarettes or something?" She was like, "No." She was like, "I got everything." I was like, "You serious?" She was like, "Yeah."
That's so crazy.
She was like, "Are you not from around here?" I was like, "No." I was like, "I'm from Massachusetts." I was like, "These cigarettes are like $12 a pack out there." She was like, "Oh yeah, no, they're like $6 here." Or $7.
I'm from the first state. We got all 50 states worth of taxes.
Yeah. I'm like, we invented America, and
we invented taxes.
Yeah, and then we just decided that we sucked and hate ourselves. So.
Oh man, we invented America, and then decided we needed to fund the rest of America. Oh man. Yeah, that dude, the difference in economy is so like I'm so grateful for the economy we have here. It's just so easy.
Yeah, like gas was fucking so cheap out there. Like I was filling up for under $2 in some places.
Really?
And then like Cali, it was $4.75.
As I say, it jacks right back up. Yeah.
The most I saw was in Yellowstone. I think it was either $4.82 or $4.92 a gallon. Because that's the only gas there is.
See, that's even if you're in your 4-cylinder Toyota and you went all around the country without running out of gas once, you still maybe should bring some cans for that exact situation. Yeah. Like, $1.99 a gallon. Let's fill up the extra tanks.
Yeah. I thought about it. Yeah, whatever.
They make those big tall ones now that are like 4 gallons.
I know, but I don't have any overlanding stickers, so I can't put them on my truck.
I know. Maybe you can mount them inside the truck.
Yeah. How will anybody know I have them though?
Mount them under the truck.
See, that was like the high lift jack.
Yeah.
I never needed it because it was inside my truck, so no one knew I had it.
Yeah.
Like, there was no point where I was like, shit, I need to high lift jack my truck right now.
I've been off-roading for 10 years. I've never, I used it once at Roush Creek with you, and I almost died once. That was it. I only used it once.
Yeah.
And even then, I probably didn't even really need it. To be honest with you. I own 2, actually.
The amount of, like, brand new Tacomas, exactly what I was saying in the last one. Like, the amount of those that I saw was just mind-boggling.
That were just all banged out with all this cool stuff.
Yeah, like, you could just tell they never even...
They waxed their ladders.
Yeah. Like, they'd never seen a dirt road even.
Oh,
they're just pristine. And then, like...
You know what's cool, though, is in 10 years, hopefully those are going to be so cheap, we're just going to be like, I'm going to buy this.
Oh, God, I hope.
I'm going to buy this. It's got solar panels, lockers, roof rack, bumpers, winch.
The ones I did see that
got to rebuild the winch, so it's never been used in 10 years.
Yeah, everything's seized in it. The ones I did see that were like actually being used were the vans you build, and then like the Ford like Econoline vans.
Oh my God,
those things were those were everywhere, and those were sick.
Those guys they use theirs the most.
Yeah,
the Ford ones, big diesel vans. Oh my God, those guys go crazy. The U-joint off-road and Quigley.
Yep, yeah, vans. Quigley. I was gonna say Quigley's
the biggest one, yeah. And I don't know what the difference is because it's like Quigley makes Sprinter vans, they make Ford Transit vans, but the Econoline vans, the people that own those legit go off-roading in those.
That was like halfway.
Sides are all banged up and shit. They got big bumpers on them with the winch hanging off.
Like I was seeing them, and like you'd see like the brand new Tacoma with fucking yada yada yada, and it was pristine. And then you'd see one of those vans like behind it, dude, and it's covered in mud. There's huge dents all over it. Like the bumpers all twisted and shit.
Mountain bikes hanging off the back.
And like those are the ones that I was driving by. I was like, yes. I was like, you guys are fucking doing shit.
Wow, that's so cool.
Those and the Sprinter vans, like those were the ones you could tell like people were actually going on adventures and shit.
That's awesome. Oh man, I'm trying so hard not to buy one.
Dude,
like, my truck is so perfect. I do not need one of those vans.
That's aside from a truck camper, I would do one of those vans. That's how I would do it. Yeah. Especially like the ones with the pop-up top and shit. That's how I would do it.
You're talking about a big price difference. Let's get you a $500 truck camper. We'll go from there.
Oh yeah, no, I know that.
Go from there. If you find yourself using it a lot, then we'll
Yeah.
get you one of them vans.
No, I get that, but I'm just like, if money wasn't an object, and it was like between those two, I would go with one of those.
Oh yeah, I'd go right for it.
Because like, there's just so much room, and it's like, just having that pop up, like being able to stand up is just so nice.
You know what was cool is that last van I worked on, which was actually unfortunately a Dodge, but yeah, it was a high top van, so you could stand in it, had a kitchen, a bathroom, and everything. But the top folded up, and you climbed up into it like it was a attic or something.
What?
Yeah, so the top folded up, and that's where the queen size bed was.
That's sick.
It was on the roof, but the top folded up like a rooftop tent almost. But it was
Oh,
all.
I've seen that.
But
It's
it was
like
all
accordion
attached.
style?
Yeah, it was like the
that.
old Volkswagen vans. Yeah.
Where like the back of it comes up and it's like hinged at the front more.
Yeah, so it's like a 2-story van.
Yeah, those things are fucking
Oh
cool.
man, that was sweet, dude. That one was, unfortunately, again, it was on a Dodge, but it was wicked cool. That was nice because then it's like the whole inside of the van is just your living area.
Yeah.
And when it's time to sleep, you just crawl up in there.
Yeah.
That was cool. I like that.
No, those like the Sprinter vans, the Fords, and dude, fucking old Toyota, like full like one, like not the Chinooks like Joe has, but like the actual like
The
two-wheel
dually,
drive campers.
the dually RVs.
Those were fucking everywhere.
Really?
Just, dude, everywhere.
I wonder
Just
there's
buzzing
no way
along.
they're still driving around with 22 R's in
Oh
them.
yeah. I
no
would
way.
I would put money on everyone I saw had a 22R in it.
Oh my god, that's so scary.
Dude, they don't die.
I know.
Like the one from Utah, that it was bone fucking stock.
I bet you third, fourth, and fifth gear just have rust on them.
Oh, yeah.
It's just first and second gear in those things.
Dude. There was places, like, I was thinking about it as I was going, because, like, I'm in my truck, you know, nice modern truck.
Yeah.
And, like, I'm in, like, third, fourth gear, like, going up these hills. I'm like, dude, what are those campers doing? I'm
Oh
like,
my God.
I'm like, they have to be in first gear.
They
Just
got an
like-
extra 2,000 pounds in the back.
Yeah. I'm like, I can barely make it up this hill.
And they have half the horsepower as you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, if not less.
Probably less.
Probably less.
They're probably running like 15 on a good day.
I'd say 40 to 50 horsepower. At the wheels with that camper on the back, I would say 40 horsepower.
Honestly, yeah.
It's got to be.
Yeah. If you're real lucky, maybe 60.
Unfortunately, that's a very realistic number.
And you figure my truck's probably putting out like 75. Maybe 80.
At the wheels. Yeah,
Like-
yeah. I would give it 90. Let's give it 90.
I'd
A
venture,
nice fresh 90.
I'd venture to say, it's got a cold air intake on it, so it's probably doing 85.
Oh, okay.
I forgot about that.
Which is nice.
Yeah.
Which is nice. But, man, those old Toyota camper RVs, that's bad, man. That's wicked bad.
Dude, it was so cool. Those things, you just see them like putting through fucking national parks, just blah, 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 blah. Just two old people in it, just happy as could be.
They probably owned it since new.
Exactly.
No reason to sell it.
Yeah.
I keep seeing them pop up around here, and I'm just like, don't buy one from around
Dude.
here, Adam. Don't
Oh,
do
no.
it. If anything, buy one out there. Me and you will fly out, get it, drive it back.
That's the way. Because then, even if it needs a motor or some shit like that,
Yeah.
you can still drive it back.
It's fine. It's got no rust on it.
Yeah, you
that's
can
what
drive one
matters.
of those from Cali to here on one cylinder.
You know what I noticed a lot too in California? Towards the border, there's a lot of dealerships that have the out of commission because of emissions. What was that? 5-6 years ago when the emissions changed?
I think it was more than that.
And yeah, I don't know. It was not too long ago because
talk-
all the big trucks I remember got totally put out of commission.
Yeah.
Not even allowed in the state anymore.
Yeah.
Unless they're whatever. And there's dealerships all around the border that will only, it says, will not sell to CA residents.
Yeah.
Because the emissions don't, So they got them for dirt cheap in Cali, and they're selling them to people in Arizona and Nevada.
Because they're still like brand new trucks.
Yeah, they're perfectly fine.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, dude, we just go out there and buy one of them, a sleeper truck, and sell it to someone here that has a trucking company.
I know the perfect person.
A nice rust-free truck.
I know someone that'll buy it right now.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, that was something I noticed out there. That was crazy. I was sleeping on the beach in California.
Dude, it was so nice. It was just so like, it was just so fucking nice. I showed up to what was the state park called? Carlsbad State Park in San Diego. I showed up like, it was like 11 o'clock in the morning. Fucking just completely fried out of my fucking skull. And I just walk up to, like, the little, like, entrance thing. Just like, what's going on, guys? They're like, oh, what's up? You here for the beach? I was like, no, I want to camp out. They're like, all right, cool. They're like, where are you from? I was like, Massachusetts. They're like, oh. That was one thing that was really cool.
Oh, you're here. Oh.
Yeah, that was one thing.
This is as far here as you can get.
Yeah. Like, when people, like, realized that I was driving and not flying, like, their attitudes completely changed.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, this guy's serious. He's here to be here.
Yeah. Like, when I was in Zion, I stopped at I don't know, some restaurant to get dinner. Like, I'm talking to the bartender and shit, and she was like, oh, so did you fly into Vegas and then drive up here? I was like, because, you know, I gave her my license and shit. I was like, no. I was like, I drove here. She was like, oh, yeah, from, like, Vegas? I was like, no, from Massachusetts. I was like, I drove here from Massachusetts.
That must sound so bizarre to them.
Oh, yeah. And she just, like, she literally paused for a second, and she was like, holy shit. She was like, you're actually going on, like, a road trip. I was like, oh, yeah. I was like, I'm fucking seeing shit. She was like, that's way cooler than people that fly here. I was like, fuck yeah.
Definitely.
But no, camping on the beach was fucking amazing. Like, it was so good, too. I made so many people so angry out there.
What do you mean?
So, like, the way it was set up was, it was just, like, a road with campsites on either side, and then, like, you couldn't camp directly on the beach, because California, and they fucking don't allow fun. California is basically just Massachusetts of the West.
Oh, yeah.
So
that's the reason we're like the only two states that share emissions regulations.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid. So you couldn't camp directly on the beach, but I camped on like a cliff overlooking the beach, just as fucking good. But the stairs to get down to the beach were basically in my campsite.
Yeah.
So it got to a certain point where I was like, it's time to make dinner. And what do you do when you just finished driving across country and you're camping on the beach in California? You make fucking steak.
I was just gonna say steak.
You make a fat, fucking delicious steak.
Steak and shrimp.
So I'm sitting there, dude, right next to like the stairway for all the people from California.
All the vegans.
Yeah, who love the earth and shit, dude. I'm just sitting there just grilling steak, just drinking beers, and I was like, this is fucking heaven.
Just killing a cow. Oh, yeah.
No, I got there, like set up my tent, changed into shorts gym shorts real quick, just walked down to the water and just fell into it. Instantly just fell into it and just like floated around.
Nice little saltwater bath. Oh yeah. It makes me. That was another thing too. Is that I was inland in Riverside. It's.
I drove through Riverside.
It's 4 hours away from the beach probably, but it's like here we're only an hour and a half from the beach.
You were 4 hours away from the beach.
Yeah, it's crazy. How much I love the beach.
Yeah.
How much I don't go to the beach.
Yeah.
And it's right there.
See,
there's so many different beaches too. You go anywhere from real touristy beaches like Hampton Beach, where we could party all day and have fun, or you could just drive an extra hour. You could be in Maine on a cliff.
Yeah.
Away from any other humans.
Yeah.
A nice, beautiful.
That's still something I would like to do before the end of the year is camp out on the beach.
So, yeah. So I'm going with the family to the Cape hopefully next month, October, and we're gonna get a hotel. I'm gonna tow the Jeep there, park it at the hotel. Hopefully don't get the trailer stolen, and then drive the Jeep on the beach because I guess you can go all the way to November.
What?
But
can you camp?
It has to be a self-contained vehicle. So technically we could tow the pop-up out there because I do have a little porta potty.
My truck's self-contained.
No, it's not. You get gray water and.
Oh, it's one of those deals. Yeah, okay.
So technically,
I'll put a 5-gallon bucket in that bitch.
You could tow the pop-up behind it.
I don't know if I could tow a pop-up camper.
I think it's a Cape. It's flat all the way there.
I don't know if I could tow a pop-up.
It's the ocean. Camper. It's got to be downhill, right?
Science.
Otherwise we'd be drowning.
Yeah. Duh. I almost drowned in Death Valley because of that.
But yeah, no, we're going there in October. In November, if you want to go up to Maine, dude, and get one of them coastal sites, like on a cliff or something.
Fuck yeah.
We can eat lobster.
I don't think I've ever had lobster. Not like fresh lobster like that.
I've only had like lobster rolls, which are probably just recycled cod.
Yeah. I've only ever had lobster in sushi.
Yeah, so we've never had legit fresh lobster with butter all over it.
Ugh. Just
So
clogging arteries.
So after
I'm into that.
our Mount Washington trip next week, so that'll be still September, right?
Yeah.
That'll give us all of October to not be sick of each other.
Oh,
So then on November we should go to Maine.
that'll be perfect.
Yeah, camp in the wilderness.
I wonder if Nick will come.
No, probably not. I'm sorry. Did you say Nick? Because it's my business podcast.
Yeah.
This will be the first time somebody said his actual name. That's great.
That you can't blame me for that one.
There we go. We were right above prejudice the whole time. What are we? Hour and 24 minutes, and you were just going.
It wasn't prejudice. It was more racist, I think.
When you're below 10 years old, it's not prejudice or racist.
Yeah.
You're just dumb.
Yeah, exactly. I'm still just dumb.
And that's when we started calling him that.
Yeah. I met him as that, so I
I
don't
heard
know
his
what
mother
he meant.
call him that.
Oh, yeah. I heard Gramps call him that.
And well, that's a whole different
Well, yeah.
category. Oh man, what else? I got two things here. Oh, dude,
Distracted. Oh.
this Falcon TV thing. Not to get off subject here, but this Falcon TV thing. So it automatically plays like Roadkill, Dirt Every Day, Hoonigan sometimes. You know how we were talking shit about Chip Foose on our last podcast?
Yeah.
Chip Foose's damn face is on that
Really?
on that Falcon
That
TV
motherfucker.
like probably 3 times a day. I got back from my trip and I'm like, I turn it on, I'm like, oh my god, there's Chip Foose. There he is. After all that shit talking,
I told you he was a big name, but nobody wanted to fucking
we
listen to
spent
me.
like 10 minutes talking bad about him and like, nah, that guy's not relevant. He's
No.
not around no more.
I brought him up in a good way. Everyone else said he wasn't.
Oh yeah,
relevant.
I shut it right down.
Yeah.
I shut it right down.
Yeah.
That was that's funny. So every time I see his face in there, I'm like, yep, okay, I'm just eating my words now.
Shout out to Falcon Tire. Those tires were fucking amazing on that whole trip.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah, those were nice.
Dude, just silent. Didn't have a single problem with them.
Why are they so quiet?
I don't know, but I love it.
Did you get any time to really stop and look at the tread of those tires?
Oh yeah.
So like I kept trying to wrap my head around Colby, because Colby said it was like one of the best tires he's ever plowed with. He said the snow cleans out of it immediately, and it just keeps gripping, as opposed to other streetish all-terrains that he's had that just cake up with snow while he's plowing.
I believe it, because like the few times I've driven through mud with them, they clean out
Exactly,
instantly.
they clean right out, and I didn't understand, like, you know, most all-terrains are all just, you know, they shape them a little different, but they're all-terrains, you know. These ones, next time you're looking at your tire, take a look at it. The way the tread is designed, every like 2 treads, there's a cutout across the entire length of
Really?
a linear cutout of the treads that goes across the whole length of the tire, bogger style.
Huh.
So it's like every couple inches, as the tire flexes, it totally opens that up.
Oh.
And it turns into like a paddle, and it causes the tread to totally empty out.
No shit.
But for some reason, it's still designed good enough that it's silent on the road. You would think it has that brake in the tire, it'd be loud. It's not.
They're so like.
And if you look at the rest of all trains, once you see that on yours, you're going to look at all the other all trains and be like, yep, it's not there, it's not there. Everything's all staggered and stuff. And I think that's why it cleans out so well.
Dude, I don't know. After that, like, I already love those tires, but after that trip, I'm fucking sold.
They're so quiet, and they ride nice. The nice thing is they're quiet, and they ride soft.
Yeah.
But then Colby has 35,000 on his, and he's going to put them back on for this winter because there's still enough tread to plow.
Yeah.
Sold.
Yeah. Like,
He had Michelins. They lasted 20,000 miles. 4 oil changes.
I don't even know. I think I'm probably at like 10K with them. No, I'm probably more than that. I'm probably getting close to 15 with them.
Yeah. And they're brand new.
Yeah, they're like the paint's still on them.
Yeah.
Like, you know how they do the paint in the tread?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
that's still on them.
So crazy. Yeah, and I think it'll be funny to watch the other companies design their all-terrains after this one, because once something works, other companies catch on.
Yeah.
And again, I've owned Toyo, I've owned Nitto all-terrains,
The only ones
I've owned BFGs, I've owned Generals,
I was gonna say the only ones I've liked as much as these were the Generals.
and the Generals didn't have that. They didn't have that cut across the whole thing, and they wouldn't clean out as well.
But
They did clean out well.
They were really quiet and they were really smooth.
They were silent. Drove nice. But they weren't as aggressive as these.
No.
These are way more aggressive.
These
but
are
they're
like
just as quiet.
These are like halfway in between all terrains and and mud tires.
Especially if you get up to my size. If you look at the ones on my Jeep, it's like, I mean,
those are big fucking blocks.
Yeah, that's an 1/8 inch gap away from being a mud terrain gap.
Yeah.
It's
like those are big fucking chunks of tread.
I only aired down at Mob L to 20 psi, which is street driving psi.
Yeah.
And it's still, I didn't even spin tire once.
No shit.
And what are we, hour and a half in? Natalia's not listening. Yeah, I told myself I was going to go around everything.
Yeah.
I didn't. I went up a couple of things.
Nice.
And it just drove right up. I couldn't believe it. I was like, whoa, this is wild. I thought all terrains, 35-inch all terrains, I'm like, and it's dry out here, but I'm still going to spin. Yeah. No, it's fine. Even with 20 psi. That's great.
I'm a believer in those now.
And with that tread like that, you know, it helps it clean out. But if I air it down, that ridge is going to allow the tire to flex more and also grab more.
Yeah.
Which also means I'm going to fuck up the edge of those tread blocks. But that's fine. That's why they're on there. They're on there to work. Okay?
Exactly.
But yeah, no, those tires are great. Oh, and thanks to Falcon for my trip to California. Did you even try to listen to my podcast about it? I did a solo podcast about it.
Not yet.
I did it at 5 a.m.
Ew.
So my energy's real low.
See, I gotta...
It sounds like I got hit in the nuts and then did a podcast. It's bad. But it was like... So the TSA lost my memory card.
Yeah.
So it was like...
There's nothing to go off.
I didn't have enough video to show how good my trip was. But words can't describe what I got out of the trip.
Yeah.
So like I kind of just did enough talking to like summarize it, and I'm gonna write an article.
Fuck yeah.
About the trip, business wise, and then post it on like LinkedIn and stuff.
That'll be cool.
This is the only thing I can think of because like I couldn't put it in words. Like I would just see her rambling on about business things.
Yeah.
Like most people that listen to this podcast probably just fall asleep.
See, that's like one of the things like with mine that I've been realizing is like the shit that like was most amazing to me is like shit that like normal people are just like, that's stupid.
Yeah, you got to be a person that's looking to go to a national park just like you did, and get what you were trying to get out of it. And most people aren't looking for that. But like I said, you either need to make your own little video about it, or take clips from this video, make a little edit with your video of you hiking.
Yeah.
So put you talking over you hiking, and then post it on like pages that are specific to doing those things.
Yeah, because like most people that like I talk to about it, they're like I start telling them about like Angel's Landing or some shit, which is like, dude, that like it was a crazy fucking hike. Like, it really was. Like you're basically just ascending for fucking, I don't know, I think it's like 2,000 feet in total or some shit to the peak.
Yeah.
Which isn't crazy high, but it's just like the fucking shit, like what you're out there, like what you're doing it on is what's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And it's like people just like don't understand it, or like how fucking massive Devil's Tower was. Like the top of it is 3 football fields across, I think.
Man.
If I remember correctly.
Well, they don't understand unless there's somebody that's trying to do that.
Yeah.
Or somebody that's interested in doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then you just got to find where those people are congregating, make that sick video and whatever, talk about it, and post it on there, and then it's going to be good. But like posting it just to the general public, like this podcast, it's like, I kind of got to pick and choose what I talk about, because some people are going to be like, what are you?
Yeah.
You know, I don't care about marketing. Stop talking about marketing.
Yeah. Like, the shit from my trip that people would care about would be like the rattlesnake story. No, even that, people like, that's one of those things like I have to tell it in person to really get it across.
Yeah. I don't know. I
mean,
mean,
that was the scariest moment of the entire trip.
Technically, this is an off-road podcast, and we talked about tires about 40 seconds ago.
I almost fixed my 4-wheel drive in a Walmart parking lot in Illinois. I did for like an hour.
Yeah.
I could tell that story. That one's pretty good.
I'll tell it. Ready?
Yeah.
So on Curby's way to even leave the Northeast, he pulled out of a parking lot and all his
rest area.
The rest area.
No, I started my truck in a rest area.
Yeah, and his cluster lit up like a Christmas tree.
It was just the 4-low light
for the 4-wheel drive stuff, and and the terminals broke off the front axle actuator.
Yeah, but you're missing.
And then he went to Walmart, bought gear oil and a battery-powered solder gun, and it didn't work, so he used a lighter to get it hot and tried soldering the terminals back on, and it worked for about 20 minutes, and then it broke back off, and then he just didn't have four-wheel drive for the rest of the trip.
You made that.
Did I do a good job?
You made that sound way less fun than it was, because that was so much fun for me.
It was windy as fuck. The soldering gun wouldn't work. The lighter wouldn't stay lit on the soldering gun that's supposed to be powered by batteries.
This is all true. I was literally AA powered soldering iron from Walmart, heating it up with my lighter just to melt solder.
And he pretty much didn't even start his trip yet.
Yeah. That was day 2.
And anytime you're doing anything out of the ordinary or not planned, and you have to smell gear oil at the same time, it's misery. Even if you have to smell gear oil and it's on purpose, it sucks.
So I finally did laundry the other night. After two weeks after my trip, finally did laundry. So I'm in the laundromat, dude, and I open up the dryer, right? Nice, warm, toasty, clean clothes. First thing I smell, open up the door, dude, just get hit in the face with fucking gear. I was like,
Nope, I'd just throw a match in there. Done. Dude, throw it all away. Buy new clothes.
Like, it's college time again. So, like, all the college kids are in there and shit, dude. I'm just like, fuck. I'm like, standing like this. I'm like, it smells so bad.
Right back over to the washer.
Dude, I got home and like...
Two Tide Pods. Two Tide Pods.
I get home and like, I'm going to like put all my shit away and just everything I pulled out was just... I'm like, that one's good. I'm like, nope, that one's trash.
Oh, no.
That one's good.
Gear oil is so bad.
I haven't worn my Aloha hat since that trip because I got gear oil on it and I'm just afraid to. So I've just been leaving it where in a safe spot, like away from everything else. I'm like, I still own it. It's safe. I'm like, I still have it. I'm just not wearing it right now.
Oh, no.
I need to go and buy about a 55-gallon drum of Dawn and just soak it in it.
Or just burn everything. Oh, not the Aloha hat.
No, I'll never get rid of the Aloha hat.
You gotta keep that one. The rest of it, just burn it.
I would like to go back to that Walmart to see how fucked up that parking spot is. I did my best to catch gear oil, but...
Here at Build for the East Off-Road, we appreciate the environment, and we never... I'm going to edit this part out.
Dude, I did what I could, but like my resources were a cardboard box and all of the napkins out of my glove box.
which is a very important necessity during a road trip.
As I was grabbing them, I was like, this better be fucking worth it. I was like, I better not be giving these up for nothing.
Oh man, that's funny. So in my Jeep, I started thinking about Mount Washington. I'm like looking at it realistically, us taking that thing up there. I'm like looking around the Jeep and I'm like,
we could just do both.
There's nowhere to. Oh, that's really unrealistic. No, we're not taking 2 fucking vehicles to Mount Washington.
But then we could get radios and it would be cool. We could have headsets.
If there was 4 of us, yes. There's 2 of us.
We don't know 4 people between us.
It's true.
We don't know 2 more people between us.
There was one other person I liked, and he backed out.
Yep. Surprise.
I can't publish this for a few days because I'm going to pretend I didn't know he backed out tomorrow and send him a guilty text. Anyways.
You got to get you got to dig deep on that one.
Yeah. Talking about life and friendship and lifelong friendships.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, so I was looking at the Jeep and realistically driving it places. There's literally no storage, especially if Natalia and Nathaniel are in it. There's only that one spot next to Nathaniel.
Yeah.
And my toolboxes are there. So there's a spot for like a cooler, maybe.
Yeah.
No clothes, nothing. And I'm like...
You got to get one of those little hitch carrier things.
No, that's wicked. That's too redneck. I'll just stay home.
Fair enough.
I was thinking...
basket?
Not a basket. One of them plastic...
a coffin?
Yeah. Yeah, what do you call it, a roof box?
I just call them coffins.
Pickle fucker just put one on his Mini Cooper. The picture I uploaded today?
Yeah.
One of those, dude.
Those are cool. I like those.
Do you think that would look weird on top of the Jeep? Gloss black?
Nah, because that'd
be legit?
Yeah.
I hate roof racks. That's why. It's got me... I hate roof racks on Jeeps.
Alright, also, project for this winter, I want to put roof racks on my cab.
That's fine. That's normal. That's fine. That looks good. There's actually a local guy. I keep thinking it's you. But
really?
he's got roof racks. old guy looks real good.
I'm gonna beat him up and take him.
Nah, just swap it out in the middle of the night. I'll never know.
Nah, have you seen the stickers on my cap? Those are way
That's
too
true.
good.
We'll change the window while we're at it. That way you'll have the keys.
Those
Anyways,
stickers are good.
so yeah, I think I'm gonna get one of those boxes. You think that'll look okay?
Yeah, especially if you run it slightly offset.
What do you mean? Side to side or towards the back?
No, like side to side. You can't run it dead middle because it looks
See-
weird. You got to choose either passenger or driver side.
Well, there's a lot of different ones. So there's like ones that are meant for like skis. So
Yeah.
they're long.
Yeah.
That would look insane. It would be hanging over my roof. Like over my windshield. It could look cool.
It could look cool.
It could look cool, but that one it'd be skinny, so it'd be to the side.
Yeah.
But then there's big wide ones.
Yeah.
And that you'd have to kind of center on the roof, I think. So you think a long, skinny one offset? Okay.
Yeah, because that way, like, say you wanted, like...
I'll put it on the passenger side, so when my fat ass is driving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that way, like, say, I don't know, you fucking get a kayak or something.
I'm not doing that.
I know, I'm just saying, hypothetically speaking.
I have 6 other vehicles. I would
If
put a
you
kayak
wanted to look like an overlander,
That's
you
true.
could throw the kayak on the side of it.
I don't think you're allowed to be an overlander with 1 tons. You're not in the club.
Does that exclude you? It might exclude you.
Yeah, I don't think you're allowed to overland with 1 tons.
Yeah, that's
6
true.
lug maximum.
That's true. No, I've seen some 8 lugs.
Overlanding?
Yeah. I mean, they had a
Sounds
lot
like-
of followers on Instagram, so I'm assuming they were overlanding.
Sounds like wannabe overlanders.
I don't know.
Sounds like rock crawlers trying to be overlanders, like me. Have you seen when I hashtag that?
No.
I'll do a hashtag on my Jeep sometimes, like when I post a picture of it, like hashtag used to be a rock crawler trying to be an overlander. Hashtag wish I was a overlander. Hashtag used to be a rock crawler.
I gotta start doing that.
Like hashtag full sentence about wanting to be an overlander.
Dude, there was so many times I just wanted to, like, I was just, like, hoping someone would come up to me and start asking me questions about my truck.
Yeah. Hold on, sir. You whip out your phone, Instagram Live. What the fuck did you
Yeah. All right, start over.
Start making a fist. What did you say to me about me and my truck and what we're doing? What was that word you used?
Did you just say overlanding? I'm gonna fuck you up real quick.
Oh, man. That's great. Well, Curby, is there anything else you want to talk about that trip before we call this over?
I want to. You got to go to Sequoia,
Sequoia. I don't know where that is.
California.
I'll go anywhere in California and smile.
The Sequoia National Forest.
I was in a poor ass desert city and I was smiling the whole time I was there.
Dude, Sequoia was one of the craziest things I've ever experienced. Like, seeing trees that are thousands of years old and getting to, like, hike next to them and stuff and touch
Yeah.
them. Dude, they're so soft.
That's so.
They're like fabric. It's fucking crazy.
That's the kind of plant they are. That's just the way.
No,
it
I know,
is,
but
yeah.
just like, I don't know, you don't expect a tree.
10 inches in, it's hard.
Yeah, but you don't
yeah.
expect, like, a tree to be soft like that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But that was, like, hiking at, like, 7,000 feet. Like, starting my hike at 7,000 feet was fucking insane.
That
like,
is so bizarre, dude.
That was fucking crazy. That was one of the coolest things ever. The Grand Tetons, like, those look like they're just gonna rip clouds open.
Dude, well, around here, so like when I was going to school for environmental science, they call it an old growth forest.
Yeah.
An old growth forest is somewhere that's never been forested.
Yeah.
It's never been touched. And being in an area like that is so crazy. The ground is all uneven.
Yeah.
None of the ground is even. There's holes everywhere. It's spongy.
Yeah.
Everywhere is spongy.
It's because all the moisture's trapped in them still from all the roots
And just
shit.
all these plants for thousands of years are still right there. They've never been touched.
Yeah.
It's so crazy being around trees that've been around longer than
Anyone on Earth
America.
ever.
Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Well, you figure America's really only
600 years old? 500 years old?
no, not even. 1776, 1876, 1976, 2019.
I thought I remembered a 1442. Something 42. 1542?
What?
42. Is that a world war? Might be a world war.
1940.
42 is I'm remembering this. This is so bad. I hope one of our teachers is listening to this.
Mr. Shoe.
There we go, riding that prejudice line. Jesus. 1776. Well, Curby.
Yeah, that was when America was founded.
Kirby graduated. I didn't.
America was founded in 1776.
That was like 300 years ago.
Everything before that was just fucking hearsay.
300 years ago.
Hearsay.
There's 400-year-old trees in this state. I've seen them. I've touched them.
And you figure I touched a tree that was like 1,100 years old.
There's one in Sunderland.
Yeah. There's actually a couple. There's actually one of the bigger like old growth forests not too far from us.
Yeah.
In Mass.
Williamstown, I think.
Somewhere.
Williamstown has it. The Ice Glen? No, that's not it. It's close.
Mescaline?
No. Mescaline's a drug.
Yeah.
That's cool, though. No.
Can't stop here. This is bat country.
The Ice Glen, it's in Williamstown, like the Berkshires. And there's ice in between the rocks in the middle of the summer.
What?
Yeah.
I've never heard of this.
Really?
Yeah.
We should go there.
All right.
There's a 400-year-old tree there. That's the only reason I know.
Oh, I want to hug it.
It's big.
I hugged a tree out there. Like legit hugged a tree.
Whoa, congratulations. I hugged every palm tree I
Oh, yeah.
walked by.
See?
And I felt its leaves.
Oh yeah. See, I lived through that already, so I was good on those ones. It was so nice, like seeing them again, though. Just like seeing those seeing palm trees and seeing that fucking ocean again.
What gets me about palm trees, it's not the palm tree that gets me. I look at that palm tree and I go, this palm tree lives in weather year round that it can survive in.
Yeah.
It's always this nice right here
Yeah.
where this tree is. It just gets to live here
Yeah.
all year round. That's what gets me. It's not the palm tree. The palm tree's cool, but it's the fact that it can live there all year round. And it would die fast as fuck here.
Oh. There's something. It's like everyone I tell that's never seen them, I'm like, palm trees just emit happiness.
Oh yeah.
Like you just like as soon as you see one, like you just get a smile on your face. Like that's a palm tree.
That's that first night I was at the hotel. I just hung out. I sat in that pool and I just stared at that palm tree. I couldn't believe I was staring at a palm tree in person.
Yeah, that's how it was when I first went to Hawaii. Like the first week, I just stared at palm trees every day.
I'm never deleting the picture in my phone of the palm tree weed on the sidewalk outside my. It was this crack in the sidewalk with a palm tree growing out of it.
What?
I'll send it to you later. It's amazing.
Why didn't you harvest
I
it?
remember stopping and looking at it and being like, I want to live somewhere that has palm tree weeds. It's amazing.
Oh, you know what fucked me up? Seeing cacti.
I've never seen a cactus in my life.
I saw like the legit, like the ones you see in the movies that have
No.
like the arms that go like this and shit.
You saw
Yeah,
really?
yeah, in Arizona and New Mexico and Texas a little bit.
Did you slice one with your machete like
No.
Nacho Libre?
I was
and
scared.
start eating it?
Dude, the fucking the things on them are like this fucking big. They're huge.
And
Like,
you don't know which one's poisonous?
Yeah.
Yeah.
like even at Devil's Tower, I saw some, and it was like a shrub cactus,
Yeah.
and it was like, dude, they were like that fucking big on it.
That's
It was
so
crazy.
wild. That's so cool.
That was cool because I'd never seen a cactus before, not like that.
Yeah.
Like it was like the big like, man,
That's so crazy you
Yeah.
saw that.
hundreds of them, dude. They're just everywhere.
We are such hermits, dude.
Oh yeah. I also saw.
so bad.
I went through a border checkpoint.
Yeah?
Yeah, that was wild.
Okay.
It wasn't wild, but it was interesting.
Go on.
So I show, I think it was in Arizona. It was either Arizona or New Mexico.
You boys ever been to Mexico?
Yeah, that was what was going through my head the whole time. So I'm driving along, and it's like border patrol checkpoint, like 5 miles. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, I've never been through one of these. I'm like, I don't know what the deal is. Keep in mind, I was wearing these shorts, and that was it. No shirt, no shoes, like scraggly ass. I looked like a fucking mule.
Smell like a dumpster.
Yeah, smell like a dumpster. Like my truck's a fucking mess. So I pull up to it, and fucking, there's just two guys. One of them's just standing in front of a porta-cooler, and the whole time he was waving me forward, but I didn't notice it because the other guy told me to stop, and that guy had a dog. And I always listen to the dude with a dog.
Yep. Because dogs don't listen to you. They listen to that guy.
Exactly. So that dude told me to stop, so I fucking stopped. And they're like, he's walking around my truck with the dog and shit. And, like, I'm watching him in my mirror. Because, like, one, I don't, like, if he, like, tells me to do... He's got a dog that'll fucking eat my throat.
He's got a dog that'll come through my window and kill me.
Like, no problem. So I'm following him. So I finally look up, and the dude in front of the porta cooler is, like, waving me forward. So I pull up a little bit, and I almost keep going. Because I thought, like, I gave him the thumbs up. I was like, am I good? And he was like, yeah, come forward. So I was like, I keep going. He's like, stop! I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm sorry. So I slam on the brakes. And he was like, he said some shit about something. And I was like, my bad. I was like, I've never been through one of these. I was like, I'm from Massachusetts. Like, sorry. And he was like, yeah, you really like that dog for some reason. I was like, oh, yeah, my buddy's got one.
I do love dogs.
Yeah, which wasn't a lie. But, like, so, like, I'm ready to, like, give him my fucking ID and my registration, you know, to prove I'm a legal citizen.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, I have, like, the platform thing in the bed of my truck. Could easily hide a family in there.
Smuggling, yeah.
So I get up there, and, like, he's talking to me for a second, and he was like, so are you alone? I was like, yes, sir. He was like, all right. He was like, are you a U.S. citizen? I was like, yes, sir. He's like, all right, go ahead. I was like, that was...
They can sniff out criminals
a
mile away.
But I was just like, that was it? I was like, you don't even want to see my ID? Like, not even some proof?
They could probably tell just by the way your vehicle approaches that you're not a criminal.
Yeah.
They see it so much. They know.
It was more just like, at the moment, I was like, really? Like, that's it? That's all you got? Is just you alone? You a citizen? Yeah? All right, cool. Well,
dude, they can't tear apart everybody.
Yeah. But you'd figure a sketchy kid from Massachusetts with some weird wood thing in the bed of their truck.
I think worst case scenario, they just assume you're some college kid.
Yeah, that's probably what they figured. I did see 2 college kids getting arrested.
Cool.
Which was wicked funny. I'm assuming for weed on the side of the highway, dude. Their shit was just yard sailed by cops across the highway. It was awesome.
No, dude, it's 2019. They probably had
this was
stack
Texas.
of Molly in there.
It was Texas.
Oh, yeah.
They arrested Willie Nelson for weed in Texas.
Not smart.
They will arrest anyone for that shit out there.
Not for AKs, though.
Nah. As long as you got guns, you're good.
Dude,
weed, bad. Guns, good.
My what do you call it? Your layover flight or whatever?
Yeah.
Was in Dallas. That was cool.
Really?
That was cool. I mean, I was just in the airport, but even just in the airport, I was like, I like it here.
Yeah.
This is nice.
Yeah. Amarillo was cool. I hung out there for like kind of a day. That's where Cadillac Ranch is. That was really fucking cool. Speaking of which, I've seen so many pictures from there since then, and all of my shit has been tagged over already. Which I expected.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Dude, it's fast. Like,
were there a lot of people there while you were there?
When I showed up there was probably like 10 people that were like leaving as I got there. Wow. And then like while I was there was probably like 7 or 8 like people there like actively, and then as I was leaving there was like another family showing up, and like 3 or 4 more cars showed up right after. So like there's a lot of fucking people that go there.
Dude, that's cool to go somewhere that you know. So like all the trails you were hiking and things like that. Yeah, a lot of people like going there and it's a destination, but like the Cadillac Ranch, it's somewhere that you go specifically just to take a picture.
Yeah.
So it's and it's encouraged to tag it. Yeah. So it's cool to tag it and then follow other people's pictures to see how long it takes. That's a cool thing. It's like I can't think of many other things that would be like that.
There's not a lot.
That's cool.
Like, there's who was it? There was that like trophy LTD dude that's got like the Crown Vic trophy truck thing.
Yep.
He posted pictures of it from like 3 days ago or something. That was gone. My shit was gone then. Killer Speed, a motorcycle company, posted something about it. My shit was gone. And then Freiburger posted something and it was gone.
Wow.
I was like, damn. Because I tagged 4 of them, I think.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I covered some shit. I made sure like I put my name up there.
Was it green?
Orange.
It was orange?
Orange.
I thought it was green.
No, it was orange because I stopped at a gas station /
My mind's on aliens, I think, going green.
Dude, I stopped at a gas station / free
/ Sherwin-Williams.
No.
Sherwin-Williams gas station.
Dude, it was like an antique car museum.
What the fuck?
In New Mexico, and they sold spray paint for Cadillac Ranch, and they either had neon orange or neon yellow. and I can't do yellow because of Jesse James, so I went with orange. That was my entire logic behind getting orange. Like, yeah, that's...
And I don't like Sylvester Stallone either.
Yeah, so fuck it.
Oh, man.
So I tagged probably 4 of them with Curby in orange. Bright fucking orange. Like, I fucking laid the paint down. I mean, not that it matters, dude. The paint,
Yeah, not that it matters,
dude, the paint, it's like that fucking thick.
Yeah, they're
If
not...
not thicker in spots.
I
Like,
feel like 10 years from now, they won't even look like cars anymore.
they barely look like cars
Like
now.
the tips will be.
Like, it's like this when you touch them. That's what it feels like. Like there's that much paint to it. It's like a half deflated basketball. It's just like. Bloop.
Do you think at some point big chunks are gonna start falling off?
Oh, it already does.
Really?
Yeah, I was gonna peel a chunk of it off, and then I was like, something told me not to.
That's
for some
bad
reason.
juju.
Yeah.
Would be cool, but bad juju.
Yeah, I was like, yeah.
Maybe
it's
if
not
you
worth it.
found it.
Yeah.
If you found a chunk, yeah.
Like I was going around to like different pieces and like wiggling it to
What?
see if it would just like fall off, kinda.
What's inside the cars?
Nothing.
You didn't look inside the cars?
No, there's just nothing in them.
Nobody like puts weird shit in there?
No.
There aren't blow up dolls or anything in there? Dildos and
No, it's just tags,
beer
more
ca-
paint.
beer cans?
Like they're just covered in tags. Like there's spray paint cans everywhere, but that's it.
Wow.
Like there's no really trash or anything.
That's crazy.
I think I saw one sticker, which I still don't understand. You'd think they'd be covered in fucking stickers.
Doesn't sound like a surface that stickers would do well with.
No, but I don't know. You just think.
You're out there with a palm sander, just trying to get a good base.
Yeah.
Get my sticker on there. Get some Gorilla Glue. No, maybe it's a thing. Paint, It probably feels wrong trying to get a sticker on there.
Yeah, that's all I can figure because it's like there's none of them on there.
The paint feels like, yeah.
Yeah. Like, because like I sent you the pictures of them. You're like, oh, I wish I gave you a sticker. And it's like I was looking for one, but at the same time, it's like I don't know if I would have put it on there because it's like it's such a.
I feel like I've seen Mike Finnegan stop there and paint on it like at least 10 times.
Yeah. Like it's definitely that's one of those things that like I could keep going back there and never get bored of it.
Yeah.
Because it's just like a 10-minute thing, but it's so fucking cool.
It's so entertaining, and everybody else does it.
Yeah, it's like you can just see shit from like all over the fucking world of like people's names and
it's in the
random
middle
shit.
of nowhere, but everyone knows about it and goes there.
Yeah, exactly.
That is pretty cool.
I also learned that it got moved in the 90s, I believe, like 2 miles.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
It was like trespassing or something,
Yeah.
wasn't it? Yeah, on state property.
Yeah, now it's just, dude, it's just like
Now it's a landmark, I think.
yeah,
Yeah,
but it's just like it's so weird. It's just in the middle of this field.
that's so cool.
Like you just pull up, like you get off, like you're still on the highway. You're on like a separate road from the highway, but you're only like 10 feet away from the highway.
You're on the highway.
Yeah. And like you just pull over and you just walk through this gate thing, like a cattle corral gate, and you just walk like 20 feet and you're just at Cadillac Ranch, and it's just in the middle of a field. It's so fucking cool.
It's so crazy. If you had something like that here, kids would ram it, knock the cars over,
Oh, yeah.
pull them out of the ground,
Yeah.
light them on fire.
Yeah, they'd be destroyed.
You couldn't do that here.
Yeah, no.
It's so crazy.
Yeah.
Same thing with that alien place. Like,
Oh yeah, it'd be fucked up.
it's out in the middle of nowhere. When they close at night, people would break into it
Yeah.
and steal all those dollar bills.
Yeah.
Because they're crackheads.
Yeah. It's like that's what I try and explain to people. I'm like, that's why I don't like Massachusetts.
Yeah, like you couldn't have this where I'm from.
Yeah, I'm like, I told that to I pretty much told that to the lady I was at, like the waitress out there. I was like, this wouldn't exist in Massachusetts.
Yeah, no, it can't have nice things.
Yeah, she was like, what do you mean? I was like, it would just get fucked up. I'm like, I'm like, your truck, because like they have an old school like, I don't know, 60s or 70s like wrecker with like a fucking fake UFO hanging off the back of it. I was like, that shit would have been gone
Yeah,
the
it's
day
stolen.
you put it out there.
Stolen, yeah.
She was like, what do you mean? I was like, oh, somebody would have cut that chain, dragged that away, and then dragged the truck away. I'm like, it would have all been gone.
Yeah.
I'm like, your sign, your nice hand-painted sign, I'm like, that would have been gone. I'm like, all the signs for the highway, I'm like, those would all be gone.
Yeah.
I know this because the first thought I had was, fuck, I should steal that highway sign. I was like, I really want that. There's some good stickers on there.
I should come back here with bolt cutters later and get that flying saucer.
Dude, literally. It's like, that's just like, that's how it is out here.
Oh, man.
Where it's like, out there, it's like, people just get it. They're like, oh, yeah, no, like, this is fucking cool, but like, if we leave it, it gets to stay cool.
Or they don't even have the thought that they should leave it. They're just like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Exactly. See, like,
Yeah.
that's just my New England, Massachusetts
Yeah.
brain. It's like, oh, this is cool. I should leave it here.
This is cool. Something bad's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where it's like out there, it's just like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, it's just cool.
So it's just cool.
Yeah, it's just cool. I'm going to spray paint on it because you're allowed to, because it's Texas. And that's it. Like, you couldn't spray paint on that if it was in Massachusetts. You'd get arrested.
Yeah, you would definitely get put in handcuffs. At least 2 years.
Even if it was encouraged to spray paint on it, you would still get arrested in
Well, it's
Massachusetts.
illegal to spray paint in open air here. You got to have a exhaust fan and filtration system.
Really?
Yep. You get caught spray painting in your driveway, you're in big trouble.
God, I fucking hate Massachusetts. Like, my hatred for this state just grows every day.
Okay.
What? I'm just leaving it at that. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Anyways.
In Texas, it's openly encouraged to open carry firearms and spray paint old Cadillacs stuffed into the ground.
That's okay. That's all right.
Massachusetts, we're whatever.
Yeah, I'm not. Should I talk about that? No.
What are we talking
We're
about?
not gonna talk about. We'll talk about it off the podcast. It's completely unrelated. Thank you. For
Well,
that.
my nose was itchy.
I was thinking about. I'm gonna buy a package of these so I can
You should.
swap them out once in a while.
It wouldn't be a bad idea. You should get like the thing that like they have in studios, like the little screen for when you spit.
I have tons of those.
Do you?
I have like 10 of them. Yeah.
Why don't we hook them up?
I don't know. It's annoying in your face.
Look even more
It's
professional.
like this. It does look cool, but it's like in your face.
Yeah, but doesn't
trust
it-
me, you don't want it.
All right.
Trust me. I'm 14 episodes in. I'm kind of a fucking specialist. Okay.
I got my shit together. All right.
Oh my god! If you listen to my last one I did, it's only 10 minutes long.
Really?
You're gonna be like, Adam, go back to sleep.
Yeah.
Just get off the computer.
Oh, I gotta pee again.
An idiot. That's all right. I think we're done.
All right.
Are we done?
I don't know. Are we?
Yeah, I think we're good. Yeah, I think we're good. The next podcast is going to be with Mason and them about their Canada trip.
Oh, I'm coming for that one.
Even
if it's just hanging out in the back, I just want to hear stories.
I say that with confidence. Haven't spoken a word to him about it yet, but he said he wanted to do it. So
That's pretty much a full commitment.
yeah, I'm going to tell him to do it next week. And if his friends can't come up, you can just pretend that you were on the trip with him.
Yeah. Driving to California is pretty much the same thing as driving to Canada. They both start with C's
That's probably
and A's.
it's basically the same thing.
Yeah.
Eh?
A boot.
All right, everybody. Thank you for listening. I hope my energy was a little bit better on this one. Kirby just broke his knee.
Oh, dude, I just need the fuck out of the table. Ow.
Good thing I got this nice metal trim around it. Yeah, thanks for listening. Everyone go follow Kirby and
Have
Catch
you
the next
seen
one.
the edge on this fucking corner?
I did. I made it.
It's the